Soups, can you speak for me?
Oh,
All right, yeah,
Justin?
you're good. You're good. Let me turn you up. Let me turn you up. Ladies and gentlemen, trolls and detractors, we are back. All right. Looks like some people are in the chat. What's going on,
Getting
Yellow
quite a crowd
Squad?
today.
It looks like we got some crossover between my Street Fighter streams and my podcast and maybe my Doom videos too. That's cool. All part of the plan.
More the merrier.
Oh yeah, but let's get on with it. What's going on, dear viewers? The gracious host Kaine Walker back with another episode of the Monkey's Paw, episode 35, where we document the downfall of mainstream Western entertainment. I am joined by my co-host Soups. How you doing tonight, bro?
Doing all right. Good to be back.
Cool, cool. Now, you were gone last week, so we had to put these topics on hold because you actually wanted to weigh in on some of
Yeah,
these.
sorry about that.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We had a
Yeah.
good stream last week talking about how critics get gaslit in the silence because they dare to have a
Oh,
negative opinion about an advertisement or a product that's coming up, and the only correct answer is to be excited for everything. But you know how it is.
oh
I'll be
yeah.
covering I'll be covering that attitude more and more as time progresses because I'm just sick of it, right? People have this new term apparently called casual negativity. And it's just annoying because no one ever talks about toxic positivity where you're just blowing smoke up a product's
Yeah,
ass,
this,
encouraging more bad
you
products
know,
to be
this
created.
reminds me. This reminds me of a past topic we talked about a while back. Remember when I was telling you about the um yeah, don't judge a product based on its trailer type of deal. You remember that?
I actually don't remember that. But go ahead.
Oh, that was like a couple of like 2 months ago.
What was it about? This can be our lead into
We
our
were
first
talking
topic.
about we were talking about the Captain Marvel. I think it was a Captain Marvel or one of the Marvels. It was the Marvels box office, I think.
Uh huh.
We were talking about that. And along the lines we were talking about the negative reception that the trailers were getting. And I made a comment about uh the this weird take that people had that, and I seen it like with not even just movies. I've seen it with like animes and manga. The people will be like, "No, don't judge it based, just based off the trailer. First trailer. It's just the first trailer, guys."
Why not? That's the whole point. Like, how come you get to have your opinion
Yeah,
and I can't have mine? Like, I'm like, people in the chat who have actual criticism are always vilified. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like you're excited for it. I can not be excited for it. Like, what the fuck? You're the problem. You're the reason why we keep getting bad product. It's your fault. You're bad and you should feel bad. But anyway, anything anything else you want to say before we go into our first topic? Speaking of bad product.
Uh, go on.
Turn my mic up. Fuck. Did it happen again?
It happened. Wait, what happened?
Whenever my mixer restarts, my gain is
Oh,
reset.
okay. Yeah,
He's
okay.
saying my mic.
You sounded really high there. You sounded
Okay.
really high there.
Sham, is my mic good now? Others in chat, is he lying? Is he a liar? Is he saboing? What the fuck? I gotta listen to this on the back end now. Shit.
Oh,
Be right back. Who the fuck is speaking Arabic in the chat? English only, please.
English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
Oh, Soup sounds 3 times louder than me. Yeah, that's because I brought him to the same level as me in the back end. Let me turn him down then. All right, how about that? Let me see.
Do I still sound high?
I don't think you do anymore. I turned you down. Let me see. Let me listen to the stream on the back end because now
Uh, Sham.
I'm listening. Did it happen
Uh,
again?
do I
Oh
still
no,
sound
I
loud?
sound fine now. I sound fine now.
What about me though?
You
Do
get
I
that
sound loud
you get
or?
that gobbledygook speaking bot out of here. You get him out. Get him out now. Either translate him, turn on his English subtitles, or get him the fuck out of here. Damn it, I'm not having this.
Oh.
I can't understand
Oh,
you. Go back to your country. I'm kidding. That was a joke. That was a Dave Chappelle reference. Do not cancel me. Do not cancel me. Please.
man, there's with all the stuff we talk about, I'm surprised you haven't already been a cancel attempted.
I'm too small to be canceled. No one knows who the fuck I am. Give it time.
Uh, give it time.
And now he's speaking in kanji. What is it? Fuck it. You're derailing. Derailers. Derailers will be silenced. Anyway, our first topic for tonight. This first one's going to be coming from the Hollywood Reporter. And this is going to be addressing Anthony Mackie's comments about how he felt about Captain America. It says, this is the updated one after he said what he said, but it's gonna show you the quote in the actual article. But anyway, it says, Anthony Mackie clarifies his viral Captain America comment. I'm a proud American. The actor turned heads when he previously said, to me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term America should be one of those representations. Like, what the fuck did he mean by that? You know what I mean? Like, what could he possibly be referring to? I wish he would have clarified that part. But now he's backtracking. So he's not going to clarify exactly what he meant by that statement. Or maybe I'm wrong. We'll see as we get into the article. Um, Let me be clear
Yes,
about
we'll see
this.
what Captain D has to say.
Captain who? What'd you say, Seuss?
I said we'll see what Captain DEI has to say about it.
Yeah, we'll see. He says, let me be clear about this. I'm a proud American, and taking on the shield of a hero like Cap is the honor of a lifetime. Mackie wrote on Instagram stories on Tuesday. I have the utmost respect for those who serve and have served our country. Cap has universal characteristics that people all over the world can relate to. They do this shit to every hero, man. They misconstrue Stan Lee's comment about anyone could be Spider-Man, and now they're doing it with Cap.
Bro.
Now Captain America
Yes.
is universal. Ignore all the symbolism surrounding his character, like the fucking stars and stripes, and him being an American propaganda hero during the World War II era. Yeah, fuck all of that. America shouldn't be one of the things he represents, because let's be clear. Like he said, America shouldn't be one of the things he represents. Like America shouldn't be there at all. Like that shit doesn't. One of the representations. That shit doesn't make any sense. How is he gonna clarify this?
Hey.
The hero is called Captain America, and he wears the colors and symbolism of the American flag. What the fuck did you possibly mean by this? Go ahead.
I was gonna say you were kind of cutting out a bit there.
What?
Also, yeah, it's like you were kind of scratching out a bit.
This is killing me. Let me listen to the stream playback.
I don't. It might be my connection or something. I don't know what's going on with that.
It might be you. Let me see. Yeah, I think it was you. I'll refresh my microphone.
Man, I don't know. Man, I don't know what's going on my end. But this brings up something I've a discussion I had in another server about this actually. But go on, keep reading the article.
Okay. I'm going to reread it. Let me be clear about this. I'm a proud American, and taking on the shield of a hero like Cap is the honor of a lifetime. Mackie wrote on Instagram stories on Tuesday. I have the utmost respect for those who serve and have served our country. Cap has universal characteristics that people all over the world can relate to. Excuse me. The statement comes from earlier comments trended online on Monday and Tuesday. To me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term America should be one of those representations. Mackie said while on stage in Rome to promote Disney's upcoming Captain America Brave New World. The 1-minute clip of the interview was filmed and posted by several attendees online. It's about a man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity, Mackie continued. Someone who is trustworthy and dependable.
Wait, I want to say something about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
So okay, so he said he said Captain America is about someone honorable and trustworthy, dependable. You know.
Yeah, notice
dignity,
how he's trying to distance
all
is
the
that
all that
America away from the character.
I was gonna say, is that not American ideal man? is that not the point?
Yeah, but those things don't apply to America. He's trying to clean it up, but he can't. He literally said America is not one of the things that Captain America should represent. There's no unfucking that. Like you said it on stage. There's no amount of clarification you could possibly do to fix that. Unless you just straight up say, yeah, I was wrong. He's not going to do that shit. Now he has to say dumb shit like, what I meant was, Captain America has qualities that are universal and can apply to anyone. What does that have to do with anything?
That's what also bugs me, because people have also been doing that to Superman and and like other characters that just they may not have had the American like name America in their name, but they used to pose next to American flags. These used to all be American heroes.
Let's
And they
call it
not
what it
be
is, bro.
allowed to represent America.
Let's call it
Of
what
course
it is,
it's
bro.
it's common gobbly talk.
Anthony
I know it's
Mackie,
globalist talk, okay?
yeah, he made anti-American comments about an American theme, a blatantly American themed superhero. How are you gonna get on stage and say that Captain America shouldn't be a representation of America? Well, how? In what realm did you think that was gonna go over and make sense to anyone? I don't fucking whatever. Marvel's
Um
Italian social media
before we
account. Go ahead.
uh wait, are you about I was gonna say, does the article say anything about like people's arguments like in support of Mackie? Because I wanted to talk
No,
about that for a second.
it doesn't. If you have
No?
anything to interject, you can.
Oh, okay, I guess I could talk about this. So, I was having a discussion about this with some other people. Apparently, what they thought of it was that
They were
it,
wrong.
they thought he was
Go ahead.
they thought he was that he was technically they thought that he was talking about the American government, not the American ideal, which is wrong because Mackey did not explicitly state American government or like make that separation. Basically, it's
That is
really
extremely.
it's a
That is
bad
an
take I've heard
extremely
because
charitable interpretation.
basically, yeah, it's a very charitable interpretation. But also, it's just so wrong because it's what I've noticed among people who conf- there's people out there who conflate the American government and the American idea, the foundation, into one. And it boggles my mind, man. Like,
I mean, over the years, it's become more and more separated. But the reason why we know that he's lying is because Disney is government funded and they are by no means anti state. They're not, bro. They're not against the state.
no,
Whenever their people were in charge, they were 100% for the American government. So that couldn't possibly be what the fuck he meant. It's some DEI shit. This whole movie and this whole character, by the way, all new, all different Marvel, is some DEI shit. So clearly it's not anti-American government. Clearly.
and I know, man. I know it's a lot of comic gobbledygook that he said, but I feel like that I needed to bring that point into the table because
I mean,
discussions some
yeah,
people are
I just don't
having
believe him.
that
I
he's not
don't.
wrong because he's probably talking about the American government and how it's been lately, but the thing is he's not really doing
That is
that.
absolutely not what he meant because whenever we think of Captain America, we think of the person Steve Rogers. We do not think of the fucking government.
Yeah, but I mean yeah, we think
We
of the
think
character, but
about
like
the
in terms of what
American
Captain America
people.
represents.
Yes. Anyway, let me read some more of this. Marvel's Italian
Yeah.
social media account posted clips of the actor's interview, but cut the sentence about the superhero not representing America. The edited version reads, "For me, Captain America represents a lot of different things. Someone who is trustworthy and dependable." Excuse. Oh God, excuse me. Brave New World is Marvel's first Captain America film after Chris Evans' Steve Rogers passed the torch to Mackie's Sam Wilson at the end of Avengers Endgame in 2019. In between Mackie's
Little
Disney Plus
mistake.
show, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier premiered in 2021 and grappled with the complicated notion of what it meant for a black man to don the mantle of Captain America. Go ahead, man. Fucking wow. Go ahead, man. We can get into this shit. We can talk
all,
about this because I'm sick and tired of this
all
bullshit. Go ahead.
it's it all goes back to black freaking people. It's so this is the most
The white
annoying
liberal,
shit,
bro.
man. Especially
The white liberal once again uses the black man as a political football, bro. Like, go ahead.
I mean, not to mention not just them, but also these race grifters, man. I just got a text talking about I mean, not to get too political, but who was his name? Al Sharpton? Isn't that the guy that like racial that been grifting off racism against black people for ages? I just got a text about that guy lately. This is all just BS, man. This is all just racial grifting BS.
You notice how when black bro, I mean, I think I believe Cat Williams, bro. You notice how when an actor that fronts a black superhero dies, they never recast them, but Superman has had multiple fucking actors. Batman has had multiple fucking actors. Spider-Man has had multiple fucking actors. Just recast the motherfucker. Why don't they? They seem perfectly fine and willing to do it with these white characters. But nah, Chadwick Boseman gets a, rest in peace to him, no disrespect. But Chadwick Boseman gets a tribute as if there's no other black man who could make an African accent and get in a fucking spandex suit.
Spandex, all that shit's CGI now, man.
Blade,
they don't even wear spandex anymore.
What'd you say?
I said spandex. They don't even wear spandex at Marvel, man. Unless you're Deadpool or Wolverine. All that shit's CGI now.
You get the point, damn it. But they recast Blade in that movie, hasn't even seen the light of day, man. The thing I don't like is that there's plenty of black superheroes that already exist that they could mainline, but for some reason they just don't want to. Shit, they could even use War Machine if they wanted to. Yeah, he's unoriginal, but he was never supposed to be tokenized Iron Man. If you read his comic line, everything made sense, and they gave him the War Machine armor. Now, I would prefer them to use an original character, which Falcon was, because for some reason, passing the shield from Cap to him, Cap being a white man, in their head equals a promotion. When what all you've done is strip him of his original identity to where he has to figure out who the fuck he is again. When all who he was before was Falcon. What was wrong with him being Falcon? Go ahead.
Say, it's funny you mentioned War Machine. He can't currently lead the MCU because apparently, spoiler alert for anyone who still cares, but apparently he's a Skrull now.
That doesn't make any sense. Where's the real one?
I don't know. This is a real stupid thing I've heard. Apparently he's been a Skrull since right after Civil War.
No. Go fuck yourself. No. That's so stupid. No. No. Whatever. All right. Okay.
I wish I was joking, man.
Let's read the rest of this article, man. Oh my God. A black man to don the mantle of Captain America. Just, God fucking damn it, bro. You can't be original. You can't have an original black superhero. It's annoying, bro. In a separate interview this week, Mackie said, I feel like it's just as important for black kids to see a black Captain America as it is for white kids to see a black Captain America. What does that mean, man?
It makes me want to bang my head against the desk.
This is such victim mentality shit, bro. Do you think when white people made Marvel Comics and DC Comics, they were obsessed with the white kids are going to be able to see? No. They're going to be able to see someone with the same skin color as them do some... No. This whole mindset is fucked up. It's self-limiting bullshit that you teach to children. You can't do anything unless you see someone with the exact same skin color do it. Fucking retarded, bro. This shit is annoying. Growing up, my favorite hero was green. So it wasn't about race or anything. It was about him being a good guy trying to do the right thing. So then where the fuck did you go wrong, Mackie? Where did you go wrong? Now suddenly race matters. That's what this shit implies. When did race start mattering, Mackie? Mackie said in previously mentioned interview that the film set to release on Valentine's Day was a dream coming true. Is there anything else? He's not gonna elaborate on that comment? That's where it ends? He's not gonna.
And we know he's been. I mean, we know he was talking out of his ass.
I guess
so.
we'll
I'm not
never
surprised.
I guess we'll never fucking know why race matters now. Like, black people love Dragon Ball, bro. There's very few black people in
Right.
that. The entire main cast has no black people at all. What the fuck do you mean it's important for black kids to see whatever the fuck? What do you mean? This is retarded because the first people that should be your role models in any situation are the people in your real life. They should be doing the heavy lifting. What is this shit? It's so dumb. Do you have anything else to say about this? His comments are. Go ahead.
So you're saying the first people that should be your role models are people in your real life, right?
Yes, like your parents. Your parents, yes.
So are these people saying that black
Maybe
kids are fatherless?
Are they saying black kids are fatherless? I wasn't even thinking about that. You know, are they saying black kids have no role models in real life? Shit, that might be what they're saying. That might be it. Benevolent racism. You gotta love it. I hate everything. I hate every second of what he said, bro. I hate reading every second of what he said. It's ridiculous. It makes me feel great that movie was a domestic terrorist attack. Thank God. That's all I have to say about it, bro. It's just silly. Damn it, I fucked up. It's just silly. Anything else that
I got nothing else to say. I got nothing else to say. I'm leaving this on a high note.
Okay. Next topic.
Oh, great. Oh, great.
Cosmic Book News reviews Your Friendly Neighborhood
Here comes
Spider-Man.
the spider there.
Now, Soups. A little birdie told me that you actually started watching this dumpster fire. How much of this article are you going to be able to vouch for?
Have not. I know a friend who has, though.
Oh, you haven't watched it? Damn it, bro! I wish you watched it. I wasn't going to.
You wanted me to watch this. You wanted me to suffer through this.
No. I thought you said you were going to watch it. I wasn't going to ask you to watch this garbage.
Actually, no, but no, I don't know, man. I don't think I could put myself through it. I have a friend who has, though, and he sent me screenshots.
Dude, I don't blame you. So, like, I haven't watched it either, but we can read through this review because I've seen the clips. As soon as I saw Black Harry Osborn, I checked out, bro. I checked right the fuck out.
I saw the trailer. I saw trailers and clips. That's about it.
All right. The first two episodes of Marvel's Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man animated series are now streaming on Disney+. There might be more episodes out now, but if you've watched anything from the past few years, it should come as no surprise that the show is woke. It's packed with alphabet representation, race-swapped characters, SJWs, and gender-bent reimaginings. Subtle messaging throughout the episodes promotes the agenda. It's obvious the creator injected himself into the series. I have to click this link.
Oh.
I have to click this link.
Oh, God.
Huh? Who is it?
Oh, no, this just hurts. This hurts.
It's the most important thing. This show is built
Damn it, hang on, it's not
paying
loud.
homage to everything that's come before it. And there's so many incredible series and comics and games and films.
Oh, y'all
And
can hear it.
I, as a fan of all of those, want
You can hear it. Hang on. I see it. I want to hear this. Hang on.
I was, let
it's
me
the
try to
most
watch this
important
through
thing.
the
This
video.
show is built on paying homage to everything that's come before it. And there's so many incredible series and comics and games and films. And I, as a fan of all of those, want this show to kind of like be a time capsule in a way for a lot of those things, but also its own thing that feels special and unique. So for us, it was very early on like we want to pay homage to these classic designs. We want to modernize them. Leonardo Romero does an incredible job along with the rest of the team in doing so. So yeah.
God damn it, bro.
Can I be allowed to translate all that bullshit he just said?
Modernize them, dog. Go ahead. Oh my lord.
No. So to really to using my bullshit translator, basically he said is this show will shit on the legacy of every Spider-Man cartoon you loved, and
Yeah.
I believe and I'm going to put my name on it to make myself known because I'm so special as a
As a black man, yep.
because I'm so special as a black man, and this show and this Spider-Man show will be what I want it to be.
Yep. We wanted it to pay homage to those classic designs, but we also wanted it to be its own thing. Trash.
I can't even talk right. I'm fucking bad.
I know. You're fine.
I thought I was apathetic. No, now that I'm listening to that interview, I'm actually upset now.
I'm pretty apathetic. Spider-Man as an idea can't die. Fuck him. Go ahead.
The dirt in the eye is not enough.
Dirt in your eye is not enough. Stanley is turning in his grave right now. Oh my god.
Just shut up. This is not fire. This fire is burning Spider-Man's legacy.
So, yeah, a dumpster fire. It completely changes the story of Spider-Man per the showrunner to modernize things. We all know what that means. Essentially, it's complete nonsense. Originally, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man was meant to serve as the MCU's origin story for Tom Holland's Peter Parker. But I'm guessing that since they wanted to change everything about Spider-Man, it no longer fit. So we're getting yet another multiverse version, once again aimed at modern audiences that do not exist. The show comes from the same Disney Marvel era responsible for destroying the MCU, which explains all the woke injections. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man has reportedly been in development for 3 years. It's from the same creator behind the woke Alphabet Kids animated series, Craig Before the Creek. I fucking knew that shit. I knew that shit was woke. I knew it. Anyway, it also shares producers with Marvel's What If, which was terrible, and X-Men 97, which I didn't care for much either, due to the creators' self-insertions and woke content. As soon as they made Morph non-binary, I checked out. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, dude, one day, one of us is gonna have to talk about X-Men 97 in detail because that show hurts me on a level like no other.
Which show? X-Men 97?
Yes, X-Men 97. I did not watch What If. I have no
Don't watch What If.
Incentive to.
Don't watch What If.
Yeah, I have no incentive to watch What If. X-Men 97 hurts on. It's a thing like.
Oh my god.
When it comes to friendly neighborhood Spider them over here,
Spider they.
Usually I would feel apathetic towards it. But when it comes to 97, which is supposed to be a sequel to a show I've loved my entire life,
X-Men the animated series.
It hurts on a it's gonna hurt on a special level.
Yeah, I feel you.
Every time I think I hit the bottom of like nothing can hurt me anymore, this pulls me right back in. And I especially want to talk about Bo the Mayo in the future. That motherfucker ruined my life.
Damn, what what movie was that a reference to? Every time I try to get out, they just pull me back in. I can't remember.
Pull me back in.
I can't remember. Sopranos.
It's I think
Is that a TV series or
hang
a
on.
movie?
It was. I just remember Al Pacino. I think it was. I think it was a TV series. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was Oh, it was Godfather.
Godfather. Okay.
Like
I
not
knew
the
it was-
first one. It was one of the sequels, I believe.
Okay, I knew it was some famous mafia movie. Also, if Sopranos is not a movie and a TV series, I'm sorry, I fucked that up. Anyway,
Sopranos is a series. I know
Okay,
one guy who keeps
figured.
wanting me to watch it.
you probably yeah.
I think I'll get around to it eventually, but I'm busy watching other stuff at the moment.
Yeah. I can't believe they said this. Honestly, they should have just used Miles Morales again instead of messing with Peter Parker. Well, technically, that would be. That would be preferable because I still wouldn't watch it, but at least you wouldn't be fucking with Peter. It's not. Now that I think about it,
He fit the tone. He'd fit.
yeah, bro, they could.
Yeah,
They
he
could
fit
use-
this world building like a glove.
Yeah, they could use this They could use this show to sell me some more Jordans. Shit. Fucking A. I also really dislike the animation. It's just not good. It looks blocky and stiff because they're taking after that bullshit animation style from the fucking Spider-Verse movies. It's trash. I
It
wasn't
was
a
from
fan.
the Spider-Verse movies?
That has to be what it is because it looks like it's skipping frames, bro.
I was gonna say it can't be because the Spider-Verse movies looked a lot more fluid, like
Nah,
compared to this shit.
the 2 frames per second bullshit. That shit.
Oh wait.
The lag shit. All that.
That's
Yeah.
Bro,
He
that's
says-
a fucking downgrade. Imagine working on the Spider-Verse. I mean, granted, I don't like part 2 for the story, like for reasons. But the animation was like the one thing everyone kept hyping it up about. Like,
Is Peter Brazilian now?
I mean,
No,
you would-
he's not Brazilian.
Hey, Rudy, since you're talking, you are not making me watch that shit.
Oh my god. Hang on. I wasn't a fan of the animation in What If either. The best way I can describe it is that it has no heart. It feels bland and lifeless with no real emotion behind it. That's a fact. You can tell there's no real emotion
Yeah,
behind
that's
it.
true.
Race swap, sex swap. They keep changing his fucking original costume. You know, the first one before the real suit was made, which actually I don't think he wore the fake suit for very long anyway. So yeah, fuck this photo.
Honestly, when I was I looked at Amazing Fantasy 15, and honestly, I don't even remember him wearing that.
I mean, by the time Uncle Ben got, he had already been wrestling and he had his real suit by that point. So I don't like they did this before where as usual the Raimi films are undefeated. They had him wear that shit for like a very short amount of time before he got his real suit. And they always change up what his fake suit was. I have to look up what the fake suit looked like now because I don't fucking remember.
The Raimi, dude, the fake suit from the first Spider-Man movie is somehow still better than all this shit. That's amazing.
Cause it feels
Like,
organic.
that is.
Feels organic to me. Anyway,
I was just like, bro, that's impressive.
the intro race swaps out the classic cover of Spider-Man's first appearance in Amazing Fantasy 15, which is unforgivable. It also uses the classic music from the 1967 cartoon show to sell the show to the audience. Like, fuck you. You know what I mean? They keep cherry picking. They
Oh.
keep cherry picking the shit that people want to see and not really giving it to them. It's just bait. It's not real at all. It's trash. Did Peter just hit the jackpot with Aunt May? Go ahead.
Oh my god, I just cringed reading that line. But I was gonna say, speaking of intros, I gotta be real. The X-Men '97, the remixing of the classic intro, inferior.
Of course.
Inferior.
Of course it is.
I know, it's just X-Men '97 is like it especially makes me mad because of all the stuff that happens in it, but because of how much praise is in it too. It's like with Spider-Verse too, the second one in particular. Like, it's one of those things where I'm about it, the less I like it, and I notice everybody else is like on board with it. What?
I don't know, man.
Like, I feel like I'm crazy, you know?
Why do they keep
One
trying to
insane
give
and
Aunt
then-
May, bro? Why do they keep trying to give Aunt May sex appeal? I don't like this shit.
Fucking know.
I don't like this shit.
Disgusts me.
Why? Aunt May is not a MILF, bro. That's not who she was supposed to be. She's grandma. You motherfuckers are sick, bro. Why does she have red hair? I hate them.
Why? She was never even supposed to be a redhead. So,
there is no MJ
Ugly.
in the series, but Aunt May looks a lot like MJ. Pretty weird. Hudson Thames sounds a lot like Tom Holland, which makes sense if they were originally going to go with the MCU's origin story. The actor also gets it completely wrong with his recent remarks. Talk about not having a
this lying son of a bitch.
What did he say?
I remember what he said.
It's not woke.
He said it's not woke. This lying son of a bitch said it's
what I was worried about is that it'd be a bunch of woke nonsense. Fucking asshole, bro.
This lying motherfucker.
Lying piece of shit, bro. Peter / Spidey is tiny. Anyone notice how small and short Peter is compared to everyone else in the show? I guess he's a late bloomer. I mean, Peter was never significantly shorter than anyone except for maybe Flash Thompson.
Yeah, Flash was always supposed to be taller than he was, but no. What gets me? I mean, this is a bit of a side note, but is it just me or why does Spider-Man keep getting like slimmer and slimmer in each adaptation? Like look at him in the '90s cartoon, bro was built. He was jacked.
By the time he got bit by the spider, he had put on several pounds of muscle mass. I don't know why they keep doing this shit. I have no idea. I don't know. Especially,
I mean, it just feels like in
college. Go ahead.
It feels like in general is like in general, Spider-Man always he stops looking. He looks less and less manly, and like he starts shrinking in a way. Like his size just starts shrinking. And I'm not even just talking about his age or like them putting him back to high school level. I just mean in general.
I have no idea.
What's up with that?
I don't know. Oh yeah, Harry Osborn.
Rudy.
Man bun Osborn. He couldn't even be a masculine black guy, bro. This shit is ridiculous. Harry Osborn is bullied by a big red-headed white kid. Go ahead.
Is it Flash Thompson?
I don't.
Is Gay Osborn being bullied by Flash Thompson?
Flash is blonde. No, that's not Flash. Harry Osborn is bullied by a big red-headed white kid. If you are drastically going to change characters that have existed for decades, why not create a new character? They race swap Harry, and he's likely gay or trans. There it is. Hashtag your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. What is this? What are they showing me? Oh my God! The rainbow.
At least with freaking Spider-Verse 2, that protect trans kids side in the background was like a blink and you miss type of deal.
That's the problem. It was supposed to be subtle propaganda. Propaganda is at its most insidious when it's subtle. And to complete fucking idiots, they'll think it's not there because it's not overt. You're reading too much into it, man. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, fucking. There is a rainbow in the classroom, of course. Peter's best friend, Nico. Who the fuck is Nico? This reminds me of another Nico that got turned gay, but you know we're gonna leave that alone. Peter's best friend.
I know who you're talking about.
Peter's best friend Nico is an alphabet SJW. She remarks about asking out Pearl, Peter's baby sister. He has a what? Wait, what? What the fuck?
Babysitter.
Wait. Yeah, I misread that.
Babysitter.
I misread that. Okay. Peter's best friend Nico is an alphabet SJW. She remarks about asking out Pearl, Peter's babysitter, he has a crush on, who is like 6'4", pictured 2 above. Pearl could be in the WWE. Update. Episode 3 also reveals Nico to be a foster kid. Who the fuck is this? Whatever.
Honestly, I can't really tell you. I don't even think it's a minor character.
This isn't a character
anymore.
This isn't a character that actually exists. There's no way. Woke, SJW, Alphabet Plus. Episode 3 reveals Nico to be a foster kid. What's next?
I do for sure. The babysitter that Peter has the hopeless crush on, not a comic book character. Does not exist. Not
Most
a real person.
likely to be spirited.
Way more like.
Nico also tells Peter if he works for Roxxon Oil, she'll stage an intervention. She's a climate change activist. Fuck. I'm so... Don't watch this shit. I'm so glad. Oh, man.
I completely forgot.
When I saw the trailer...
I completely forgot they replaced Flash with this guy.
I couldn't wait to not watch this shit. I couldn't wait. They completely eliminate and replace Flash Thompson. So the football player quarterback star is a black guy, Lonnie. What's his last name? Because if it's Lonnie Lincoln,
I think he is. I think he is supposed to be somehow related to Tombstone. I forgot how.
Okay. However, he doesn't bully Peter. He doesn't bully Parker or anything like that. So the adversity Peter faced while he was in... Exactly. Like, part of his origin is that he faced a lot of adversity being an outcast. Even though he had some friends, by and large, he was looked at as like this lone wolf weirdo because he was into science. Whatever. However, he doesn't bully Parker or anything like that. He's actually a really super cool guy and befriends Peter. He's also not some dumb jock. He's actually pretty smart himself. He's a family guy. He's someone black kids can look up to. Update. Lonnie is apparently a take on Tombstone. In the comics, he first gets bullied because he is an African-American albino who eventually becomes a big crime boss. That is not how the fuck it happened, bro. His skin, first of all, he's not albino. His skin turns that color because of a mutation. Didn't he fall into a vat of chemicals while being chased by the cops? I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I would have to look that shit.
It was either chased by cops or chased by Spider-Man. Because I think it changes sometimes.
I can't remember completely, but it's definitely a fucking mutation due to like a scientific accident or something.
Yeah.
But whatever.
It was an accident.
Stupid as fuck, bro. He also extorts kids in school, etc. So in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the series wipes that all out so Lonnie can be looked upon as a role model. Okay, goodbye, interesting character. Hello. Lame character. Excuse me. Lonnie is on the subway where there is an empty seat next to him. The young white kid goes to sit next to him, but his old white ass grandma won't let him, and they walk away.
Of course, of course.
So let me get this shit
Racist grandma,
straight, right?
apparently.
So let me get this shit straight. You race swap the white villain to be black, and instead of having a black villain, you turn him. God damn it, bro. You make him lame. What a cool villain!
I know this. I do know. This. Speaking of characters that got racially and gender swapped, the whole package deal actually. Honors the lizard.
Oh yeah, Connors is a black woman. Oh my god. Whatever. The next scene with Lonnie shows him walking down the street. You can hear sirens. Lonnie is being racial. Oh my god. Lonnie is being racially profiled by a white cop, just like the white ass old lady. Lonnie is sad about it. Prior to that, Lonnie is walking out of the subway where a sign says, "Be the change." So he's a surrogate for the black victim mentality. What kind of role model is that? Whatever. Throughout the various episodes, Peter is stopping bad guys. However, when it comes to some down on her luck girl who robs a pizza joint, he asks the owner to let her go. She is crying because she got caught. But Peter tells her, "Hey, it's okay. It's okay. You made a mistake. Just please don't let me regret this. Hey, it's okay if you broke to steal. If you're broke to steal, right?" Let me reread that. Hey, it's okay if you're broke to steal, right? Yeah. I hate that. I hate that shit so much.
I think
Go ahead.
It's the fucking thing that like Spider-Man would not let somebody walk away.
No. But that's why they made it a girl. That's why they made it a young girl who cried.
Regardless, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that for girls either. He chases.
I know, but for this show, they had to make the characters sympathetic by making them female and crying. Oh, she's stealing.
And broke.
I bet she stole food. I bet she stole food. Or if she didn't steal food, she stole money to buy food. That's what it was for. She has to pay for her grandma's medication. Whatever. Cool to see Amadeus Cho in the series. He too looks like he's 6'4". Again, Peter looks tiny. Where the fuck is Cho at? Dr. Carla Connors. There.
Yeah, there she is, or he is, or whatever it is.
I hit the tab key by accident.
I don't even want to call it a sheep. That upset you so much you rewinded.
I don't think this person here is Amadeus Cho. Cho is Asian. I don't think they would change that. Bold move if they did.
I don't.
Dr. Connors is race swapped and gender bent. In the comics, that's the lizard. They borrow from the MCU's Iron Man movie. So at the end of Iron Man, Tony Stark reveals he's Iron Man. At the end of the second episode, Norman knows that Peter is Spider-Man. Peter didn't think a high security facility would have cameras. Yeah. So he takes off his mask at some point? Like what? Fuck it. Norman is race swapped.
Yeah, that's basically what happens.
Episode 4 update. Unicorn is gender bent. Unicorn? Yeah, Unicorn is gender bent from Milos Masaryk to Mila Masaryk. I forgot who Unicorn was, actually. Who the fuck is that?
Me too. I'll be honest.
He's an old-ass Spider-Man villain. Unicorn. Oh, yeah, he's old as shit.
Of course they would go.
They don't use...
Of course,
they don't use this character at all. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, of course they use the most for a forgotten character in comics for their fucking propaganda because people would not. Because people won't notice or won't care. Ugh.
In the style, whatever. Who the fuck is Unicorn? All right, the verdict. There are a few things I like about Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Mainly, the overall story. Peter gets bitten by a spider from the multiverse. I hate that. I hate that shit. Fuck that. The Doctor Strange versus symbiote scene is pretty cool. I don't know how to feel about that. Whatever. And Spidey's fight with Butane is solid. Who the fuck is Butane? Who is that? I also like that Peter starts working at Oscorp early on. Go ahead.
One, I don't like him working at Oscorp at all. Like, again, the Raimi movies are superior. He chooses not to work for frickin' Norman Osborn. He just keeps his hands clean.
I don't think he knew it was a villain at that point, though.
Becomes a self. Okay, no, he didn't keep. No, he didn't know he was. I know he wasn't about that. I was a bit of. I'm exaggerating on that bit, but point is, he turns down Oscorp to become a self-sufficient man.
Yeah, he didn't want a handout.
Exactly. That's why freaking that Oscorp is fucking stupid.
Plus, Norman knowing Peter is Spider-Man right from the start could lead to some interesting storylines. Oh, you mean the same fucking storylines? The build-up is what made the original storyline good. The dramatic irony between the characters and the audience. Go ahead.
And the build-up and not the payoff and not all the drama and.
You have to have the build-up for the payoff to work. You can't skip steps.
Okay, but like. Skip steps. This thing already skips steps.
That's what I'm
Spider-Man
saying.
already meeting Iron Man. Already fucking.
He's meeting Avengers characters and shit. This is
so Norman already knowing his identity. Up my ass.
He says, however, I dislike the animation and all the aforementioned woke nonsense ruins the show. The first 2 episodes of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man get a 2 out of 10 rating.
That's too high. That is too high.
That shit is not gonna get any better with time. We see this shit all the time. It's not going to get any better, dude. Just quit while you're ahead.
2 out of 10. I'd give that to like the worst episode of that Ultimate Spider-Man show, or that Forgotten Spider-Man show that came right before this one. Anyone remember that?
Forgotten Spider-Man show? No, I don't remember. What is that? Excuse me.
Basically, it was just called Spider-Man, but it came out like 2017. It was so boring, man. It was like, the fact that you don't remember it existed, and I bet most people don't even remember it existed.
Yo,
I'll have to send you a picture of it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to send me a picture of that shit. He said it was lame. The animation is the worst thing I've seen. I don't think any animated series is gonna top that fucking MTV animation. Like, that's like the best modern animated Spider-Man that's been made so far. It's ridiculous. And that shit was 3D rendered. What the fuck? I'm pretty sure.
You said 30 rendered?
3D. I'm pretty sure Harry was blonde in that shit too.
Blonde. He was blonde.
Yeah.
You know, it's fun. That show is fun. That show is kind of funny in a way. It's like, because that show was basically supposed to be like a in between Spider-Man 1 and 2, but it just kind of branched off into its own show within one season.
It was pretty good. I enjoyed a lot of it. It wasn't perfect, but it was pretty good. I liked it.
I'm surprised I enjoyed it too, even though it took like some liberties. Like, it made I remember one episode where they made this discount Black Cat type of character for one episode.
She was like discount Black Cat meets Silver Sable meets Talia al Ghul. I think I know who you're talking about.
I don't know about Talia al Ghul, but yeah, you know what you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I think my favorite one is probably the one with the twins. The twins that fuck with his head.
Damn, it's been so long. That I might remember them, but vaguely. Shit. We can talk about that later. Fuck, that show was good. But let's move on to our next topic.
Yes, Bruce, we have seen Spectacular Spider-Man. We have seen it.
Of course we have. Ultimate Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, Spider-Man the Animated Series, Spider-Man on
Fuck Ultimate Spider-Man.
All of them shits. I've seen them all. But anyway, Spider-Man and his amazing.
I have not seen Unlimited, Ultimate, and Unlimited.
Unlimited was all right. I liked it.
Yeah, I'd say that one was okay.
I liked it. I mean, you have to take it for what it is. You have to take it for what it is. It was just a completely original thing unto itself. That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if I should respect that or discount it for that.
If you had to do multiverse, which you don't, that would be the way to do it. That's high praise coming from me.
I guess, yeah.
All right.
Everything after Spectacular Spider-Man sucks ass.
Probably. So
it is.
I got some requests from a few people asking me to cover the publishing industry and some of my favorite novels that I've read, because this is basically a writing channel, even though it's expanding into a cultural critique channel. But you know, we'll talk about my favorite novels and what's going on in the publishing industry. I want to do it. I want to have like one topic about it every 4 weeks, because we cover like pop culture usually, and novels. Novels are in such a bad spot, and novels are by their very nature so obscure that it's hard to follow trends in them, because it's not as easily found or as easily advertised or digestible like visual mediums are. Like literally, it was by dumb luck and just wandering the library and picking shit up that I found some of the best books I've ever read. Like, I didn't have none of them shits advertised to me at all. When's the last time you've seen an on-TV advertisement about a fucking novel? For real. Like, when's the last time?
Man.
Can you think
I almost wish they had that kind.
Can you think of one time?
I wish they had that.
I can't, bro. My only advertisements was what was in the school library and what was on the shelves, bro. That's it. But anyway, this next one is going to be coming from Spiked, and it says woke books are a flop with readers, and we can actually speak to that because we were betrayed like shit, bro. We were betrayed a few times.
How many, bro? Yeah, how many times is that now? I'm about to.
Too many, bro.
Handful too many now.
I need to start wearing. I need to start wearing a fucking vest on my back, bro, for all these stab wounds. This shit is ridiculous. All right.
It hurts, man.
The publishing industry needs to prioritize quality over ideology if it wants to survive. An article in the Daily Mail confirms something many of us have seen coming for a long time. It reveals that scores of woke books published by major houses have been flopping. As it turns out, publishers have been throwing money at books that no one actually wants to buy. It shows that the mantra of go woke, go broke applies even in the publishing industry. The shining example... Go ahead.
You know, there's a thing that a kind of a bit of a nuanced take I found some people said about the whole go woke, go broke thing.
Yeah, it is very nuanced,
especially when it comes to like because in some cases companies were going broke, went woke, trying to get their numbers up, and they just went down even further. Happening a lot with games, comics, in that regard.
In a free market.
Huh?
Whenever you go woke, you go broke. But we don't live in a free market. We live in a mixed market, and the government interferes with what the market demands and what the market wants. So it's inorganic the way they stay employed, stay in business, whatever you want to say. It's very inorganic because you figure out with deep research that a lot of these properties are government funded and subsidized and bailed out. So, yes and no. Even if the people don't pay for it, Yes, they do pay for it because they're paying for it indirectly through taxation. So
Texas.
go
All
woke,
my
go
homies say
broke
Texas.
is both true and untrue at the same time. But ultimately, it's probably just untrue if we look at it from a reality standpoint because, again, your tax dollars go towards that shit. You know how many trash comic books made their way to public libraries and school libraries and shit? A lot. Who's paying for that? The taxpayer. We're paying for that. It's ridiculous. People should think about it. How the fuck are you able to lose billions upon billions of dollars and just still be in business? There's no way you can do that unless you're being subsidized by the government. There's no fucking way.
I was gonna say government or BlackRock.
Same thing. Same.
Yeah, fair enough.
Thing.
Fair enough.
The shining example of this.
Depressing.
Yeah, it's very depressing. The shining example of this is Page Boy, the memoir by Elliot. Formerly Ellen. Formerly Ellen. My damn accent is kicking my ass. Go ahead.
I didn't even know she made a damn book. I wanted to say something about the publishing trends. You know how you were talking about book trends.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny you mentioned that because I took just a curious look through, it was Amazon. I think it was Amazon or Goodreads. Number one trending books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most of it is just romance or romantasy crap. Sarah J. Maas type of books.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that opens the door. That actually opens the door to another topic. Some authors and booktubers are now starting to talk about how there's no books for men anymore. Like there's no books that star a masculine male main character or any of that shit that would appeal to men. That's part of the reason why I haven't read any fiction in a long fucking time. I don't count reading nonfiction as reading. I don't. Because I read that shit for utility. I used to read shit for fun. So, go ahead.
Hang on. I was about to say something about when you were talking about the male. Oh yeah, it's a masculine men is like either non-existent or they kind of just they're just a woman, But that's another thing I noticed.
I mean, even female protagonists that men would actually like. Like the last book I read that was something like that was Throne of Glass, and I didn't finish it. Maybe I'll pick it back up. But Throne of Glass, I liked the MC in that. It was a chick. And like the story itself was somewhat enjoyable. But like I said, I haven't really
Crimson Rogue talk about that one? I feel like he did. Or it sounds familiar. I feel like I saw him do a video on that.
But like I said, I haven't gone back because once I saw the cultural rot seeping into novels, I just stayed away from it, just like I did everything else. Stop reading comics. Stop going to the bookstore to find novels written by my favorite authors because they bent the fucking knee. Stop watching shit. Stop going to the movies. I stopped doing all that shit because they're everywhere. They're fucking everywhere.
Speaking of booktubers, this reminds me when I was starting out, like when I decided I wanted to be a writer, I decided, you know what, I want to look up YouTubers, that YouTube authors, see if they, just looking for some advice or looking for a way to start before I went to college. I spent a good minute watching like different YouTube channels of I didn't know they were called booktubers at the time, but I was watching them give advice. Then there was one channel I found that she did a video basically marketed promoting BLM. That's like,
Oh
well,
my
not like
god.
the book itself, but she was basically doing like a deal, like a marketing deal, or in honor of BLM. And it was at that moment I was like, oh no,
Yep.
oh. And I realized the comment sections. There was one comment that exposed the author for removing from people that spoke out against it. That's why all the comments down below were all positive.
Dear Lord, man.
It's such a snake fucking. It was such a snake move, man.
That is another, bro. That's another
It,
topic.
it
That's another topic altogether. A lot of a lot of different products across all of fucking pop culture have been deleting negative comments and lying about positive sales, like Veilguard lying about being a success and lying about sales numbers and shit. Nobody bought that shit. That's another topic. I gotta look into that too, because people, you can't be fooled by that, bro. I don't give a shit. Don't be fooled by sales numbers. I have to make that another video I do and put that shit on my list. I gotta do it. Don't be fooled by sales numbers. Don't do it. But anyway,
speaking of talk,
hmm?
wait, one more thing. Speaking of booktubers, I feel like we gotta talk about Daniel Green eventually, man. This
Why?
motherfucker, this dude.
What happened? We gotta talk about Brandon Sanderson. I have not forgotten. I have to talk. We
And
have to
Brett,
talk about. We gotta do it, bro. We gotta make this shit. We gotta make this shit its own episode. We have to do it. We gotta make this shit its own episode. Okay, we gotta do it.
I say Daniel Green because he's also one of the like you booktuber slash just entertainment review channels that
Mm-hmm.
have a even before his cancellation attempt. I noticed he was a testament to a lot of shilling, you know, just
I
how
love shilling.
like yeah, like the guy got a lot of flack because he was promoting because he brought he hyped he was really promoting Wheel of Time books. Like he was like passionately following the series, and then when the Amazon the shit show
The
adaptation came
shit
out,
show.
he was promoting that, even though it goes against the damn
Oh,
books that he loves so much. So it's like, okay, this is it a hypocrisy thing that we gotta talk about among
were you really a fan, or were you just
booktubers and just
cosplaying? It's
like this is all
wild,
just.
bro.
I'm like, we gotta talk about that eventually too. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, just DM it to me because
It's
there's a few
it's
things we have to make sure we talk about. All right, let me continue.
all right, but
The shining example of this is Page Boy, the memoir by Elliot, formerly Ellen. Page, so Elliot Page, an actor famous for coming out as transgender. According to the Mail,
wow.
Page Boy has sold 68,000 hard copies. That might seem like a lot of books, but context is important here. Selling 68,000 copies would have a small indie publisher popping open the champagne before a huge house like Macmillan, which published Page Boy earlier this year. These kinds of numbers are embarrassing. Crucially, Page was given a $3 million advance for Page Boy. Oh my God. As a rough
$3
estimate,
million.
Macmillan would have needed to sell about 500,000 copies to break even. I'm being generous here and probably vastly underestimating the promotional budget for the book. Another huge additional cost. In advance of that amount tells you the publisher thought the book was going to sell millions. Yet all available sources point heavily to the fact it has not.
Okay, they thought it was gonna make a $1 million.
A Macmillion dollar. A Macmillion dollar. I get it. That was good. A Macmillion dollars.
Quote me on that.
It's milling time.
and $1 million time, and then milling all over the place.
You know, never mind. Fuck, I'm not derailing anymore. Publishing is now littered with these kinds of stories. The big five publishing houses, including Penguin and Macmillan, that dominate the publishing industry are prioritizing ideology over quality. Many such cases. Large advances are routinely being given for books that parrot the current social justice narrative, only to sell a comparatively abysmal amount of copies. The interesting thing is that woke publishers should have a guaranteed market. If we're told about the younger generation, if what we're told about the younger generation is true, younger people are supposedly obsessed with slapping trigger warnings on controversial books. Many do seem to enjoy having their politically correct worldview reflected back at them. And somewhat surprisingly, physical book sales are high among Gen Z. This shouldn't. Okay. Are we counting manga and shit? I don't know. I would have to look into that.
Wait,
I
what?
would have to look. I would have to look into that. I have to look into why that is. But anyway, in theory, the industry should be booming. But perhaps young people aren't all as woke as we've been led to believe. It doesn't help that many publishers have... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I mean, did the election result not say enough? Or is
I
this
don't
article
know.
written before that?
I would have to see. Oh no, it absolutely is. This is a 2023 article. Yeah. But it's still relevant.
Oh, okay.
It's still relevant. That's
Never mind.
exactly why
Yeah,
I'm
I read
reading
back
it.
what I said.
Bro, I dug for an article like this from this year. I could not fucking find one. I couldn't do it.
They really need a. There really should be more like continuous reporting on book industry because man, this is so.
I need
niche.
it. Why do you think I haven't been putting more shit up like this? Because I kept running into this problem. This article is from 2023, dog. What's up, Alan? Thanks for showing up. Matter of fact, thank all of you for showing up.
Alan, you.
Thank the audience for being here. Thank y'all.
Y'all. And for some of y'all showing up late though, man, y'all missed a lot.
Oh, it doesn't matter. We're about to get to the good part after this article because these first two topics have been really short anyway. But anyway, it doesn't help that many publishers have started to outright reject books that go against the woke narrative, or those that are written by white straight men, thus further reducing the pool of good quality books they can draw from. One senior editor at a large publishing house recently told the Free Press, "We flat out decided we weren't going to look at certain white male authors because we didn't want to be seen as acquiring that stuff." What? Established crime novelist James Patterson has previously complained that he now finds it more difficult to have his books published as a white male writer, calling the practice just another form of racism. If the woke Big Five don't want to destroy the traditional publishing industry altogether, they must return to a few basic principles. Publishers should put out books based on whether they are actually going to shift copies and whether they have any literary merit. Factors like race, age, class, gender, or sexuality shouldn't come into play at all. Once upon a time, orchestras held blind auditions for musicians looking to get a seat in one of the large philharmonic orchestras. I mean, stuff like this used to be very common. Even in Hollywood's infancy, they would be open to any number of screenwriters. I want to say playwrights, but I don't think Hollywood deals in plays like that. But you get my point. They were open to the economy of ideas, like who had the next best idea so we can get behind it and run the show for it. They don't give a fuck about that anymore. Creativity, new ideas, original IPs, they don't give a fuck about that shit anymore. They care about what is guaranteed to sell, which nothing is. And the thing I don't understand, well, I do understand it, but level with me. Like, it's also really hard to say stuff like this without accidentally ignoring the fact that we know why it's happening. But follow me here. What I don't understand, figuratively, is when you see that this stuff that is supposedly guaranteed to sell is losing you billions of dollars, why do you not then become more open to new IPs? Why? We know why. But still.
Yeah. I was gonna say that feels rhetorical.
Yeah, it's rhetorical. I should remind myself that sometimes the questions are rhetorical. But anyway, the auditioning musician was placed behind a sheet and asked to run through the music. The idea was that the person judging had nothing to go by other than how well the music was played. This method worked well for breaking through any potentially racist or sexist biases held by judges and ensured that only the best musicians got spots. Yeah, this was the entire reason why people would be moving to places like California and New York. All the big publishing people were in New York. All the big movie people were in fucking California. And they were all constantly looking for new talent. So people would build their entire lives behind going to New York or going to California and making it big because they were sure that they had the next big idea. And shit like that would have been, if they had this same philosophy, it would be hundreds of times easier for people to get their start this way because of the age of social media. But they don't give a shit. They want woke slop and constantly digested and regurgitated IPs like Marvel and DC and what they think is still culturally relevant, which those things would be culturally relevant if you didn't fuck them up. But just as much as old properties we love matter, so do new ones that we would love to foster a love for. Because variety is the spice of fucking life. And everything's grown stale and nothing is moving forward anymore. Unless it's independent. But yeah. Hang on. Publishing might do well to adopt a similar strategy. No, you're fine. I was fine in my place anyway. Publishing might do well to adopt a similar strategy now. Do you have anything you wanted to say?
I don't know, man. There's not much more to say at the moment. Oh wait, yeah, I did want to comment. It is depressing that California and New York, of all places, became like the dream. It used to be the dream career making place.
Yeah. That's why major cities became the face of the American dream. Because if you were like a high school student who had nothing, or a college student who had nothing but a fucking script, you could take your ass to New York or California and potentially become somebody essentially overnight. Just because you had a good idea and a vision. You had a creative bone in your body. But now that shit is dead because creativity is no longer being rewarded by major publications or entertainment institutions. Go ahead.
Not just dead. It's dead. I was gonna say not just dead. It's dead, and they're lying about it. Like even in current movies, they still promote California and New York as this dream metropolis that everyone goes to, when really it's both of them are just shitholes.
They don't run into one crack den or drug haven or vending machine with overdose medication and needles in it. Go ahead.
Streets are OxyClean, man. It's not a stain on the road.
Not one turd in the street.
All the people love each other. Man, what an optimistic time that was. I mean, I remember first two Spider-Man movies were such optimistic. We're so optimistic about New York.
Yeah, they were.
There was such an optimistic time where New York and California were such beautiful places. Oh, goddamn, turned out to be a lie.
Shit, nah, it might have been true once upon a time too. That's the thing. Like, I believed those movies because I believe there did exist such a time. Not anymore.
I mean, yeah, but I was gonna say, but at some point it had to have been like even before 2016 where it just stopped being that, because we had Harvey Weinstein in Hollywood for decades. I mean, yeah.
Even earlier than that, I was hearing my parents talk shit about major cities major shitties. Like around like 2005 to 2008, bro. I've been hearing this shit for a while.
Bruce says, remember when Seth Rogen admitted getting his car broken into over 10 times? He said,
Yes, I
yeah,
remember that shit. Oh my god, I
my
remember
car
that
was
shit.
broken into.
Well, I
What's
can't
the big
remember
deal? My car was broken into 10 times.
What's the big deal? Like he's so fucking out of touch. Do you not understand that like breaking into someone's car or even stealing and having your car stolen is very similar to like someone from back in the Middle Ages losing their horse, bro. Like that shit. You have valuables in your car that you want to keep safe, and you just have these fucking street urchins breaking into your shit and taking it, bro. That's what the fuck do you mean? What is the big deal? What? Whatever.
Jesus, man. Like, how do you not realize you're compromised?
I don't
You're
know.
compromised.
I have no idea.
How did...
Let me continue reading this because we're almost at the end. We're almost at the end. The publishing world needs to escape from the cul-de-sac it has trapped itself in over the past several years. An obsession with lived experience means that authors are no longer trusted to write characters whose lives they may not have lived beat for beat. And publishers clearly think that readers cannot be trusted to know that novels are based on people literally just making things up. Ultimately, the result of this is publishing a lot of tripe that no one actually wants to read. Smart publishers ought to embrace the fear of controversy. If a book stirs things up, it gets talked about. And that means more sales. Publishers may believe the average reader is incapable of grappling with controversial or challenging content, but that's clearly not the case. They're sick of being served up the same woke problem. That's a word? Problem?
I have something to say about that, actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, pablum. I don't know what pablum means, but I want to say something about the controversy thing, because that was interesting to me, because...
We'll Google it. Bland
In
or
my...
tainted?
Because... when
This is your word of the day.
I don't know, but I was going to say...
Go ahead.
Hey, because in controversy-wise, I remember being taught in school and college with certain books. Certain books were made to be... Oh, wow. Were made to be controversial, like purpose to bring like awareness to like issues and stuff, or like, or back, or oh man, if you were following women authors, it basically just and itself was a controversy back in the day, or you know, that's what I find that that's why I find that statement a bit interesting. So, based the fear of controversy, while some people intentionally went out of their way to be controversial.
I think they misspoke.
Like way before the
No, I think they misspoke.
yeah, like way before the woke thing happened.
They said embrace the fear of controversy. I think they meant to they should embrace controversy and stop fearing it. Right? But yeah, I knew what they meant, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, yeah, I guess the second sentence was more he was trying to say.
Yeah, that echoes their actual sentiments. Like what they're saying is controversy surrounding a book is good because it generates buzz and people might be so curious that they might actually buy it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. Do you see our next topic? Do you see our next topic? Do you see it?
Get good scrub.
All right, folks. I wanted to do a couple articles from Can I Play That? This is a website that supposedly makes it easier for disabled gamers to find video games that they can play. Whatever. The reason why I picked this site is because...
Whatever that means.
The reason why I picked this site is because during my research into the controversy behind the Doom game, a lot of the games that were championing accessibility in gaming would refer to this site as one of the main contributors to accessibility in the gaming landscape. Notice the thin line with the colors and what they represent. You could probably get away with just the rainbow colors, right? But then it grades into black, a color that's not in the rainbow, brown, another color that's not in the rainbow. What is this shit? Turquoise, light blue, pink, and white. Use your imagination to figure out what that might symbolize. But anyway,
Can you
we're gonna read. Go ahead.
yeah, say actually, can you give me a recap of what was going on with Doom lately?
Oh, don't worry, you'll get it. You'll get it.
Okay.
But first,
all right.
Get Good and the intersection of disableism and productivity and gaming. Let me reread that. Get Good and the intersection of disableism and productivity in gaming. All right, so so if you remember,
Boy.
if y'all that were here last week remember, I talked about the reason why people call the accessibility sliders in Doom: The Dark Ages woke is because the people that promote accessibility in gaming have views that are diametrically opposed to some of the basic core principles of gaming culture. Get Good is a core principle of gaming culture. So let's see what they have to say about Get Good and Get Good culture. And I know it's become somewhat of a meme because of the Soul series, but what people need to understand is that Get Good was a thing long before the Soul series ever fucking existed. It might not have been expressed in that same way, but the concept of getting better at the fucking game was always a thing. When I'm looking at new games to play and new worlds to explore, my first thought is always the same. Will I be good at this? Which then gradually morphs into, is this the game I should be playing? Why this game? Before long, I'm an overthinking mess and definitely not considering how much I'm actually going to enjoy the game in question. Sounds like a you problem. At 21 years old.
That's what I was thinking.
At 21 years old, I still don't think I've internalized the games. At 21 years old, I still don't think I've internalized that games are supposed to be fun above all else. Let me zoom in so y'all can see it. Of course, no singular game is going to delight everyone. But as a disabled person, there's a much more nuanced discussion to be had about how notions of productivity affect our relationships with gaming. This intersection goes further than a game just not being accessible to me and feeling bad about it. Inaccessibility of games and the connection of gaming to productivity seep right into my sense of worth as a person. Loser. Fucking
What?
loser. Fucking loser. Nobody thinks like, even hardcore gamers don't think like this. Not everyone is good at every
hardcore
fucking
gamers
game.
know.
Go ahead.
Hardcore gamers know who they are.
Not everyone is going
Hardcore
to be
gamers-
good at every fucking game, dude. Everyone knows this shit. Go ahead.
I'm saying, like, hardcore gamers know who they are. They know what they love. Like, what is this?
If I'm not good at the
This is
video
this-
game, I'm not a good. If I'm not good at the video
If
game,
I,
I'm worthless. Are you fucking serious?
an argument is as disabled as the individual. Shit.
Gaming is not here to inflate your fucking ego. That's a byproduct of it. People play games because they enjoy them. Everything else, like the euphoria of surmounting a tough challenge, being engaged, like just having fun with the mechanics of a game in general. Well, that's the main part. But all the
Yeah.
feelings you get playing a game are a byproduct. Everyone experiences different things while playing a game. That shit is not supposed to be something you use to boost up your self-esteem. That is overcomplicating the shit out of what a video game is supposed to be.
That sounds like you need. That sounds like you need therapy, man. Like that.
Oh,
That's
for
not something
real.
you gotta talk to a video game about.
Alan. Oh, this is going to be ass. I can feel it. Oh, just wait. just fucking wait. Just wait. I only recently realized that my internal fuck. Wait, shut up. Wait, no. Hang on, I have to read this. I only recently realized that my internalized disableism fueled burnout over a year ago had totally warped my relationship with gaming. I was trying to make everything in my life into work, to the point where completing games became an exercise in productivity for me. This was directly linked to my feelings of inadequacy as a disabled person. Gaming was no longer about having fun or enjoying the story. It was about speed running for the sake of having something to show for myself. To be able to say, yeah, I've played game, fill in the blank. I don't know the root cause of this, but I do know it's everyone else's fault. But I do know that part of the gaming community is so quick to gatekeep disabled gamers. As an example, Xbox put out this red flag meme tweet about difficulty levels. And the quote tweets alone say so much about the disableism problem in the community. I feel like I have to earn and deserve a place as a gamer by putting myself through things that are inaccessible and not fun. Listen, everybody has to earn their rep and their street cred, okay? You don't just wander into a fucking space and get respect.
Dude.
That's not how that shit works. Right,
Hey,
get over yourself. Go ahead.
And he says, Kane, this whole thing is an argument about against gatekeeping against disabled people in games. He just gave the best argument to gatekeep disabled people. I can't even, man.
No, dude. No. See, that's the mistake that they want you to make. It's not about disabled people. They're using disabled people.
Yeah, it's about this
as
loser
a shield. They're using disabled people so that if you say, nah, I don't want these weirdos in my space, they can call you a bad person because you're talking down to disabled people. No, I'm talking down to weirdos. Stop using disabled people as your fucking shield. No, I don't care if you have disabilities yourself. You're a weirdo who is letting yourself be a useful idiot for other idiots. I don't give a shit. Ironically, you can't use your disability as a crutch for your problems with video games. Like, at what point do you realize, as a disabled person, you know what? This shit just ain't for me. You know what I mean? Every game is not meant for every person. Get that shit out of your head. We read all those articles last week about how gamers have such an inflated ego. And then we come here and now we have to coddle a specific group of people because, oh, I have to play things that are inaccessible and not fun. Oh, I feel bad because of the culture of the space. Fuck you. Leave. Anything you want to say before I continue? Soups? I have no idea what's happened to Soups. Give me a sec. Let me see if he said anything in chat. Earth to Soups, are you alive? He's typing right now. No, bro, I don't hear a word you're saying. I don't think the audience hears you either. Speak for me. Are you speaking on stage? Nope, I still can't. Shit. Yeah, bro, I still can't hear you. Disconnect and reconnect again. Let me disconnect you. Come back. Cause this shit is getting good, bro. I want to keep reading. This is the type of person that promotes accessibility in gaming. I'm telling you. This shit goes back very far. Have a long memory. You're back. Let's go.
No.
Yeah, you're good now.
I'm putting this down to Discord I'm putting this down to Discord punishing me for my comment.
Oh no. What were you saying? What were you saying?
Trying to say, so you're right, and they're trying to bait. They tried to bait me with that, but again, what? So, because it's all about this dude just being a damn loser. Because what the hell is internalized disableism?
I think it's a chick that wrote this article, but I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who wrote this fucking article. It doesn't matter.
Oh. I don't know why it reads like a dude to me. But again, what the hell is internalized disableism?
They're calling themselves a self-hater. Like they've made being disabled their entire identity, which is extremely fucking unhealthy.
I mean, it's also just extremely disingenuous and rude to like actual disabled people.
This person may or may not be disabled. I don't know. I don't really give a shit because the propaganda is what I have a problem with. Any more comments before I continue?
No, go on.
Let the show continue. I tell myself that the games I actually want to play don't count because I am having fun. What the fuck kind of attitude? I'm sorry. I just started reading again and I have to rant. What do you mean? Who the fuck says if I'm having fun, it's not a real video game? If I'm having fun, it's not a real video game. No fun allowed. Who the fuck says that? Who? This is a personal issue. This is a personal fucking problem. This shit happens every time somebody desperately wants the clout associated with a certain group. If I'm not doing the thing that they do, then what I'm doing doesn't count. The question is, why the fuck do you care? Why do you care about being considered a part of this group? Why do you give a shit? Is having fun with the shit you like not enough? Those are the type of people you have to look out for. This parallel is in a bunch of different discussions of one group of people desperately wanting the same consideration as the other group of people when they don't even fucking need it. And that shit bleeds into trying to change the culture into what they want it to be instead of working to become part of the culture. It's insane. I don't fucking get it. Why do you give a shit that it doesn't count? Play your game, have fun, and shut the fuck up.
I don't.
Go ahead.
This to me sounds like something who has nothing going on with their life. Like,
right.
They have no social, they have no social circle. I mean, God knows what their family relationship is, if any. I mean, this is. Why are you so?
Bro,
This feels like someone who's just empty. And
this shit is a 2-minute read. We're about to turn this shit into a marathon. Oh my god.
2 minute? Oh, we're about to make it into 2 hours. Let's go.
This shit is about to. Oh my god. I begin to expect games to be confusing and difficult. If a game is confusing, it's bad. They make tutorials for a reason. Like, even back in the day when games used to be put out and not really have any instructions, yeah, people didn't like that shit. That shit was stupid. That's why they started all those hotlines and strategy guides and read this magazine to figure out how to beat the level and that shit got old. Now they put shit like tutorials in their games. Like whatever.
Yeah, cause I was trying to play old like Marvel vs. Capcom again, like the old arcade games. It's so much fun trying to figure out all these combos by yourself on the fly. And
That's
not
different.
understanding how
For fighting games is different. That's one genre out of many, right? Because yeah, arcade fighting games didn't used to give you the entire moves list like they do now.
Yeah.
But that was part of the fun, discovering what each character could do. That's different. This person, when I say confusing and difficult, I mean a game that desperately needs to tell you shit that it deliberately does not tell you. Like, for example, in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, there's a character that needs you to dress nicely, and like you will spend fucking forever trying to pick the right clothes, and like what the game doesn't tell you is that the clothes don't matter. It's your charisma score that matters. You need at least 16 charisma to pass this part, and the game doesn't even explain that shit to you. So you'll waste hours potentially putting on different shit and then never getting a bitch to say, "Oh, that looks great," or whatever the fuck she says. And that shit is just counterintuitive. Like, why don't you just tell the player, "Hey, you need this much charisma to you know what I mean?" Shit like
Man,
that. Shit like that needs explanations.
Yeah, you're right, man. That is so much fucking worse than trying to figure out combos on the fly. Damn.
No. The worst part was I felt more worthy when my hands were strained and my brain was frazzled. Okay. Why is it a bad thing? Why is it a bad thing? I'm going to reread this. The worst part was I felt more worthy when my hands were strained and my brain was frazzled, but I had completed a difficult section. So you prove to yourself that you can play a difficult game, yet somehow your self-worth still whatever. First of all, that shit being tied to your self-worth is stupid. All right? That shit should be completely separate.
Therapy.
No. Not getting the euphoria of beating a hard section and getting the euphoria, that shit should have nothing to do with your self-worth. No, that's stupid. That's dumb as shit. At some point, it is just a fucking video game. At some point, it is just a fucking video game. Chill out. Your self-worth, ridiculous. But anyway,
much grass.
Real shit. Disabled people are constantly praised for managing without their accommodations or for appearing abled. All this does is make it more and more difficult for disabled people to exist as we really are. Losers? I don't see disabled people as losers.
I'm pretty good. I wouldn't call myself a loser.
You're not disabled. God damn it, Soups. You threw this whole shit off. They're trying to say, what they just said is that encouraging or being impressed that a disabled person gets around so well, even though they are disabled, is somehow bad because it encourages disabled people or discourages disabled people from living quote, as they really are. Like, what the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? And I still go ahead.
What?
I don't know what the fuck that was supposed to mean. I don't know what the fuck that was supposed to mean. It's trying to put disabled people who don't want to be limited by their disability down. Like somebody who's actively trying to overcome. Go ahead.
Oh, they're saying so he's saying disabled people shouldn't try to adapt and overcome their disabledness in life?
They're not saying that. They're certainly implying it. They're certainly
okay, so same thing.
Pretty much. And I still struggle to fight the feeling that I should be less happy if I complete a game section using accessibility features. I mean, that's a pride thing. It seems like I mean, you seem like it seems like you have a problem being a part of the culture, and that shit is weird to me. Gamers have a sense of fucking pride. That's why motherfuckers don't play on easy mode. It's a sense of pride. If you think that's stupid, fuck you. You're not a part of the culture.
Right?
If you think like if you
it feels
go ahead.
Say it feels good beating a game on hard mode, man. What's the problem?
Yes, it feels good because here's the thing. It feels good accomplishing anything difficult. And that is why that's why I like gaming culture so much, because people swear to God, you can't learn anything from playing video games and it's a waste of time and fucking whatever else they throw at it. But gaming teaches you it can teach you core life skills like perseverance. Fucking, I don't like this word, but stick-to-itiveness. Fucking, it teaches you other things. Problem solving. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, would perseverance be a character trait or a skill? I thought that was a character trait.
Both.
Personality trait.
I would count that shit as both. I would count that shit as both. I would count it as both.
I was gonna say because I think it helps shape. I think it helps shape. You know, like some good personality traits.
Exactly.
Like perseverance, creativeness.
They don't like one of the core things that gaming, and this is why this shit is really destructive, because gaming is male dominated, and encouraging young boys to play on easy mode and quit at the first sign of adversity and change the difficulty slider down whenever that shit makes people fucking weak. Teaching people to not try to overcome or surmount their daily challenges creates weak people. And that's why I really hate these motherfuckers. Why are you trying to create weak people? Weak, victim mentality having people. It's really fucking annoying. Yeah, everyone who champions accessibility in gaming is a weak person. That's why I don't fucking like them. On the surface, we just want disabled people to play video games. And then you read their fucking thoughts and opinions, and all of it is crying. All of it is crying because the culture won't cater to them. And it's not even in a way that makes sense, like colorblindness shit or accommodations for deaf people or any of that shit. Trying to make it so that the disabled person is on an even playing field somewhat with the people who don't have those disabilities. It's not about that, because as you keep reading, they have a problem with the culture. It has nothing to do with technical shit. It's about nuanced, intrinsic shit to the culture, and that's why I don't fucking like them. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I mean, it's because this person is just weak, and they want everyone else to be weak. They can't bother or just try to be strong for some reason. That's what I'm saying. Like these people are just empty. They have nothing going for them somehow. They can't fathom that they just need to try.
The continue screen.
It's probably hard.
The continue screen is a lot of young boys' first real life challenge. Like, that's why we needed multiple different spaces for for young boys to try and encounter some sort of adversity and shit. Like it's so annoying seeing people try to destroy this, bro. But let me pick up where I fucking left off.
No, you finished accessibility features already.
Oh, I
Yeah,
finished
you're
that.
already down.
This
The,
screenshot of
yeah.
Psychonauts. Okay, but in reality, there is no honor. In reality, there is no honor in doing things the hard way and not liking it when an easier and more fun way is readily available to you. This is proof that accessibility in gaming,
Man.
that shit was never about more options. It was always about making games easier and diluting the culture of gaming. That's all that shit was about. They're trying to normalize playing on easy mode. It's stupid.
Man.
Like it's not about
can't-
it's not what people don't get is that it's not about the action itself because I go achievement hunting on fucking easy mode. Right? Like I've beaten the game, I've gotten everything I wanted to get out of it. Let's go achievement hunting on easy mode. Right? Collectible hunting on easy mode. What the fuck ever, right? You have to separate the action itself from the meaning behind it. Because when they advocate for this shit, it has meaning. They're trying to subvert a long-standing culture in more than one way. Go ahead.
I just can't fathom saying there's no honor in doing things the hard way. So there's no honor in challenging yourself to try to
Yeah,
to
there's
be
no
better.
there's no
There's
honor
no
in making hard things easy. There's no honor in building a skill. There's no honor in building character. There's no honor in any of that. Weak as fuck, bro. They eat their chicken nuggets with fucking weak sauce, bro. I swear to God.
with weak sauce.
They eat their chicken strips with fucking weak
Oh,
sauce.
bro, this is pathetic, man.
It is. As if something difficult can't be fun. The entire point of doing something difficult is to get better with time. Whatever. No, there is no shame in finding things difficult. Of course not. There is no shame in finding something difficult. The shame is finding something difficult, and since something is difficult for me, it shouldn't be difficult for anyone ever. Fuck all of the people who like the concept of trying something difficult just to see if they can do it. Fuck those people. Whatever. There's no shame in finding things difficult, even if everyone else seems to find them easy. Excuse me. It doesn't make you lesser. I wish you would tell yourself that instead of writing this article. I didn't know that I didn't have to I didn't know that I didn't have to deserve to play and that I could go about the game in any way I wanted until far too recently. Again, like who the fuck told you? What do you mean deserve to play? I walked into GameStop and paid for this bitch. I deserve to play it because I bought it.
What?
Whatever. Who thinks like this? Who? During my burnout, I criticized myself for using accessibility features or for not sailing smoothly through games. I'm abysmal at finding my way in the game world, and to an extent, I realize that lack of direction is often intentional on part of a game developer. The devs want you to have
What
fun.
games has this person played? Like,
Dude, bro, they're coming. No, this article spawned out of people's dislike for difficult games and games that prioritize challenge. Games like Cuphead, Sekiro, and Souls games. And now Doom.
yeah, but like, I just want to know what. Yeah, but I just want to know what specifically did this loser play that made him write this freaking article? Because
It doesn't matter.
I want something to use to make fun of him with, man.
It really
It's-
doesn't
it's
matter
such-
because the thing is, and what people are failing to see is that it's targeted. They seem to only want accessibility in games that people want a challenge in. That's why in an article from last week, the shit was bleeding into online PvP games. This shit, they only want accessibility in hard games. Games that provide challenge for anyone who is an actual gamer, because they know that is the root of the culture and they're trying to subvert it. You're not going to see accessibility features for fucking Animal Crossing. Whatever. The devs want you to have fun, to mess around, to get a bit lost and explore. This freaks me out because I can no longer tell the difference between getting a bit lost in a game and failing. Failing is part of the experience.
Oh my god.
Failing is a part of the fucking experience. Game over is one of the hallmarks of pop culture, especially in gaming. Well, mainly in gaming. But game over is very famous for a reason. Failure is part of the experience. Continue, that's part of the fucking experience. Running out of lives is part of the fucking experience. That shit doesn't matter as long as you pick the controller to fuck back up. Who cares?
Right? Oh my god.
Whatever. This shit is whack, bro.
How does this person not tolerate?
Go ahead.
Between bit loss, this person, it feels like this person just can't tolerate failure. Like, can't stand failing. Like,
they're weak.
Any game destroys them.
This game makes me feel feelings. Because this game makes me feel negative feelings for losing at it. That means all games need accessibility features in easy mode. Whatever. This isn't a fault of the devs. It's the fault of gamers who say that if I am challenged or mess up. Oh my god. This isn't a fault of the devs. It's the fault of gamers who say that if I am challenged or mess up or take my time, I am undeserving of the game. Who the fuck says that? Who says this shit? Who says this?
I feel like this is a fake sentence to cover up the real.
No one said. No, it's bullshit. No one says this. If you're not good at the game, you don't deserve the game. What the fuck? Go ahead.
I was gonna say that I feel like this sentence is intentionally BS to cover up the real sentence, which was it's the fault of the gamers.
Don't get me wrong. I hope this person is smart enough to know the difference between get the fuck off the game, you're trash, you should take this shit back to GameStop, return the game and shit like that, and this sentence right here. Like, this is ridiculous. No one says that shit and actually means it. You know why? Because they didn't buy your copy of the fucking game. Fuck them. That shit's not real. I hope they're not conflating those two things. I hope they're not conflating shit talking and you don't deserve it. This retarded. Whatever. Go ahead.
Bro, this went into one Call of Duty lobby, got called the R word one time and just never recovered.
Never. That's a fact. And feeling like I have to deserve a place as a gamer, I told myself that I wasn't allowed to take my time and find real joy in the games I played. I just had to get through them. This is all self-inflicted shit, and they're blaming everyone else for it. I don't get it. Whenever I take on a challenge in a game, I realize it is self-inflicted. I chose to play on that difficulty. You know what? Ironically, I will invoke that one fucking saying that the Doom devs passed around this one time. You control the buttons you press. This one fucking time. Whenever I choose to play on apocalyptic difficulty, I know what the fuck I signed up for. Like, what is this article?
Yeah.
I recently saw a tweet that said, honestly, if more people just embrace that being good at the video game, honestly, if more people just embrace that being good at video games isn't the only marketable trait in gaming, we would have better content in this community. I mean, it's not the only marketable trait in gaming, but it's a damn good one. Being good at video games when you're selling video games is a very marketable trait. I don't know what. Okay, whatever. I'll go as far as to say that the get good mindset pollutes gaming, and there it is. There it is.
Finally hit the phrase "get good."
The get good mindset. Now we hit it in the title basically, but the get good mindset pollutes
like in
gaming.
the article.
I think it is. Actually, yeah, I think this might be the first time that we got to the get good phrase in the article. But anyway, the get good mindset pollutes gaming. What? Again, like I said in the beginning, day one basic core principle shit pollutes gaming. That's literally like saying gaming pollutes gaming. Oh my god. I understand people taking pride.
I feel like that is what they're saying.
That's basically what they're saying. The gaming mindset pollutes gaming. Whatever.
Pollute gaming.
I understand people taking pride in unlocking achievements or winning battles, but get good at its worst means people who aren't good at games don't deserve to game at all. That's not what the fuck they're saying, you dumbass.
That's not what it means. It means get better. Like it's in the phrase. Get good.
Get good is harsh criticism. It's harsh criticism. It's not even that fucking harsh. Get good literally means what it says. If you suck at the game, get good. It's like being told to figure it out when you can't when you don't know what to do next. You have to figure it out. Like you literally have to keep playing the game to get good. That shit is not discouraging you from doing anything. That's why this shit is so fallacious. Get good encourages you to do something. It doesn't discourage you from doing shit. What are you talking about? People who aren't good at games don't deserve to game at all. What the fuck? Go ahead.
I'm gonna say it also feels like when someone's struggling their writing, you just tell them, just write. Just write it.
Just write it.
Write it.
Nah, that's when they're stuck fucking planning forever.
Just write.
They're stuck planning forever and making outlines. And motherfucker, just write. But anyway, this just gets worse when I think about the cutthroat and competitive culture that pervades streaming platforms like Twitch. There it is again. The competitive culture and the get good mindset pollute gaming. Do these people sound like gamers to you? Do you see what the fuck I'm getting at now? I was hoping, I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping I would never have to revisit this topic again. But here we fucking are. Here we are. These people have reared their ugly head again, thanks to fucking Xbox and Microsoft. The existence.
Twitch has a lot of problems, but competitive gaming is not one of them.
Twitch was literally better when it was about video games. But anyway, that's a different discussion. The existence of esports is an exact manifestation of the intersection of productivity with gaming, and that worries me sometimes. So now competitive esports is a problem. These people hate video games. They hate video games and everything they represent.
Win one esports match? Loser.
When playing games is about work, labor, and money, and not just about joy, has gaming failed? No, but esports can be toxic. So, I sympathize with that. You hear a lot of esports players and former esports players talk about this shit. But again, that's self-inflicted, and they don't go around acting like it's not their own fault. They decided to participate in that and become tier whores for the sake of making their living. Like they don't complain to somebody like they didn't choose that career path. No, gaming has not failed. There are people who still play games as online warriors and casuals, who enjoy esports for what it is, but have no aspirations to become one. And guess what? Those people enjoy watching those people play, and they don't fucking say that it shouldn't exist because these people might be better at the game than me. That's ridiculous. Go ahead.
I wanna read a comment from Rudy. He said, "These people have been killed by asylum demons once and never got over it."
Exactly. They didn't get past Asylum Demon. How do you get filtered at Asylum Demon? The game straight up has a built-in way for you to not have to fight him with your fists. Like the first encounter with the Asylum Demon, that shit's not even a fight. It's a puzzle. You can decide to fight it with your fist if you want to in the game. And you know what's crazy? The game gives you two options. You can either kill him with your fists or the black fire bombs you get as a gift and get rewarded with his weapon. Or you cannot do that. Go get your shit and then fight him armed. That's options. That is player choice. Not this fake shit that they keep putting out. That's another video. The modern myth of player choice. I gotta make that shit. That's another one. Because they fucked it up. They keep fucking the game up. Anyway, let me continue reading. Because there's one more surprise article I want to get to for y'all. Okay. I trust that most streamers, if not all, love what they do. But I don't want to have to fight to be able to play games as a disabled person or as a bad gamer. What the fuck are you talking about? Bro, I remember being young, and I remember now. You see my fucking Street Fighter streams. I'll get on a fucking game that I enjoy and get my ass beat and still keep playing. Do you know why? Because I enjoy the game. This shit happened when I first got into Marvel vs. Capcom 1. My cousins and my dad was way better than me at the fucking game because he actually had arcade experience and shit. But eventually I got good, god damn it, because I enjoyed the fighting game genre and I moved on to play other shit. You do not have to fight to be able to play a game or be bad at a fucking video game. It's a part of the experience. Once again, you have to accept that there's going to be some people that are better and more talented than you. You cannot let that stop you from simply participating. That is a you problem. As put in a tweet by CIPT's Cody Craven, the angry fanboy get good isn't actually accurate. They don't allow anyone any leeway to get better at anything.
What?
Okay, that was just a fucking assertion. What the fuck did this even mean? Whatever. Although there is no morality attached to how challenging you find a game. Let me read that. Although there is no morality attached to how challenging you find a game, it's perfectly okay to want to improve at something. Then what the fuck is this article? That's often part of the fun because you're challenging yourself within your own comfort zone and limits. Again! I can't do this.
What?
You write two lines that completely fly in the face of this whole fucking article. The angry fanboys who won't... Look, go ahead.
I'm just what? It's the part of the fun. You're challenging yourself within your own comfort and limits. Are you challenging yourself if you're just playing within your own comfort zone and your own limit? How does that make any sense?
No, you're not wrong. That is contradictory. Yep. That's absolutely contradictory. You're right. But still, it's perfectly okay to want to improve at something. Again, what the fuck is this article? Because that's what the fuck get good is saying. It's saying improve. That's all it's saying. Anyway. The angry fanboys who won't let you learn and improve. Who the fuck could stop you from doing that if they wanted to? Whatever. A, likely did not start playing video games with the current level of prowess they have. No shit. And B, don't understand that gamer is not homogenous. What does that mean?
What?
What does that mean?
I mean, since we're using dictionary words, let me just look up what homogenous means again.
No, I know what the
out.
word homogenous means. It means same. It means the same. It means everything is the same. They should have wrote this as they don't understand that not all gamers is the same. Not all gamers are the same. Like it's just stupid. But it's stupid because it has nothing to do with the suggestion of improvement. No, not all gamers are the same, but all gamers can improve. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? And if you can improve, maybe it's not for you. Maybe it's not for you.
Say like, yeah, not every gamer is the same. They find their own type of game that they want to play at, and
and that they're good at.
They learn. They go this shared experience.
Yeah, like
that's the whole fun of like playing multiplayer and playing in online lobbies and shit. You a shared experience with friends.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I don't think
very few friends I used to have played fighting games, and guess what? Nobody fucking cared because they were playing what they wanted to play. I used to want them to get into fighting games. They didn't fucking want to. They didn't want to. And choosing what you play is perfectly fucking fine. So I don't understand what is the purpose of this fucking article. Yeah, not all gamers are the same. That's why not all gamers play the same shit. And somehow this shit rolls into the availability of accessibility options, allows people to play exactly how they want. So does choosing another game. That also allows you to play exactly how you want. Anyway. Which means they can essentially customize their own niche of challenge. Whatever the fuck that means. One of the reasons I love the rhythm game Hatsune Miku Protect Diva Future Tone so much is that there are so many ways to customize your experience. There are the easy, normal, hard, extreme, and extra extreme modes. Yeah, but that's just difficulty settings and not an accessibility slider. There's not an accessibility slider that lets you change the speed of the fucking song. Whatever.
My thing is, does the difficulty setting not help customize the experience because you're...
Yes, it does, but they want more. They want accessibility settings to be able to affect every difficulty. And you know what's crazy in this discussion? They keep conflating this with accessibility sliders. It's not the same thing. Difficulty sliders and accessibility sliders are two different fucking things. That's what makes it much more insidious. Because like I keep saying, they're trying to subvert the nature of what gaming is about challenge. You get to choose. You get to choose the level of challenge you want to participate in. That's not good enough for them.
I'm gonna say this is like the most spoiled mindset I've seen, and that's saying a lot because there's a lot of spoiled people out here.
Rudy said earlier today, I saw a disabled person beat Melania without a summon. Shut the fuck up. They want that one mode and on their automata that plays itself, bro. There was a fucking bro. There was a pro player in Street Fighter 4 named Broly Legs. May he rest in peace. That was disabled and was one of the best Chun-Li players in the world. Chun-Li is a charge character, mind you. He didn't have the use of his hands. Fucking motherfuckers up in Street Fighter 4. He was doing some of the hardest combos you'd ever seen done. And he was playing that shit on an Xbox 360 controller. I don't want to hear a fucking thing from these motherfuckers. I don't want to hear shit. Get good or get lost. Oh shit, Speed is in here. Speed is watching the podcast. What's good, Speed? I'm glad you're here. Broly was an inspiration.
Hey.
Main reason I started grinding SF4. There you go. He was an inspiration. He was. You can't take that away from him.
Man, I need it. Man, I'm so behind on this video game lore. I did not hear about this Broly person.
It's FGC shit. FGC shit is niche. It's fine. But let's get into this article some more, because this shit, like, what these people are trying to do is the exact same reason why you're seeing fighting games become easier and easier and easier, which is my personal stake in it. I'm tired of seeing this homogenous gloop shit that they keep making for people with literally no thumbs. Well, figuratively no thumbs and literally, I guess now it is literally. Fuck. But anyway.
Yeah, Speed Racer came in at the right time.
Okay. There are the easy, normal, hard, extreme, and extra extreme modes, but any one of these can be customized further with a no-fail mode. Nah. Don't put practice mode after that. Nah, you're bullshitting. We know what the fuck you wanted to say. You said exactly what you meant to say in this first line. Practice mode is way different than a no-fail mode. Why the fuck are these two things in the same sentence? We know exactly what you mean. You want to trivialize the game. Why? That defeats the entire fucking purpose of the rhythm game. The only way to have a no-fail mode is to literally make the game be able to play itself. You can't miss a note even if you don't press the fucking button in time.
If you want games to play themselves, just watch a movie at that point.
Exactly, bro. But nah, she says this, or I don't know who the fuck wrote this. I'm sorry. I keep saying she because I'm thinking of a specific person. They might not have even written this shit.
Oh, what's the name of the author? Does it say? What's the name of the author? Does it say?
I didn't bother reading it. I should have, because I keep making this mistake. What's the name of the person? Beatrix Live. Oh, I think this is the person I was thinking of. Oh. Wow. Yeah, this is the person I was thinking of. It's a chick.
Oh, also it is a woman. Oh, yep. Let me correct myself. She's a loser.
Yep, complete fucking loser. And no, you're not a loser because you're disabled. You jackass. You're a loser because of your fucking mentality. You're a fucking loser.
Surprised she didn't try to make an argument that people call her a loser because she's a woman. That would have been an easy. That would have been too easy.
I don't give a shit about that. I've gotten beaten. I've gotten served at fighting games by chicks. I don't give a shit. I came back though. It don't matter. I'm a challenger at the end of the day. I don't fucking care. I accept all of them. I don't give a shit. Anyway.
Because these hands are rated E for everyone.
That's a fact. Okay. There are easy, normal, hard, extreme, and extra extreme modes, but any one of these can be customized further with a no-fail mode, a practice mode, control remapping, different appearances for hit indicators, and more. All of that other shit was just to obfuscate for no-fail mode. Nobody would object to a practice mode, controller remapping, different appearances for hit indicators, or any of that shit in a rhythm game. These don't even sound like accessibility features. That sounds like standard fare shit for any type of game. You can remap your buttons in most games. There's a practice mode in most games, even FPSs now. Well, I say now, but bot lobbies and shit were a thing a long time ago. Like, there's practice modes in all sorts of games. Controller remapping, changing the way icons and shit and hit indicators look. Bro, that shit has been a thing. This is obfuscation. This second half of this fucking sentence is obfuscation. We know what the fuck you really meant. You want a no-fail mode so the game can play itself. Whatever. Go ahead.
Uh, yeah, I was gonna say that games already provide so much for the average person to be able to walk in and learn how to game. Like,
Exactly.
how you seriously should not. You should not be asking any more of
Bro,
that.
they used to
If
hound
the unless a game,
my bad. They used to hound Capcom and SNK so bad about figuring shit out that they started doing shit like trial mode and tutorials to teach people about the mechanics, and the shit ended up working for most people. You are given everything you need to get you started with playing a fucking video game. This shit is just obfuscation for more subversion to ruin gaming's culture. That's all this shit is for. You know, when I said they want a game to play itself last week, which I used to say during this topic anyway when it was relevant, I guess it's relevant again now. I don't want to say I was joking, but I was kind of being facetious. But now these motherfuckers are straight up saying, I want a no-fail mode for a rhythm game. That would literally make the game play itself. Literally. You could put the controller down and have all your notes be perfect. All right. We're at the end of it now, but I got one more surprise article for y'all, and it's only been 2 hours, 26 minutes total. You got another half hour in you, Soups?
yeah, I'm good.
All right, good. All right. Oh, Rudy said MKX has such good sound design that a blind person could play it. I saw a person get really good at it blind. Yes, sound cues in fighting games are very fucking important. Very important.
But that's hella impressive.
It's
Damn.
very impressive. A blind dude, you have to see me some clips of that blind dude serving motherfuckers in MK. Who did he main? DM it. You gotta see me that. I have to see that. Blind Fury. Blind Fury on the fucking sticks. Go ahead.
I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh if this blind dude made Kenshi. I'm gonna laugh.
I hope he went to tournaments and did the John Cena shit whenever he won.
You can't see me. Oh, that's gonna be funny.
Yeah, I hope he went to tournaments and did that, bro. That shit would be funny. Anyway.
Oh, that would be so good.
All right, let's read the last bit of this so that we can get to our surprise article for tonight. All right? You're not going to believe this. I attended, what is this, GA conference, games conference? What is this? The fuck is GA conference? Okay, gaming accessibility conference, okay. I attended Gaming Accessibility Conference 2021 in October, and Ian Hamilton's talk on difficulty versus accessibility, that's another one I gotta read, blew my mind. It was exactly what I needed to hear. It completely changed my outlook on my own relationship to gaming, to have Ian affirm that difficulty is relative to the individual and not the easy, normal, hard options. What are you talking about? Of course, difficulty is relative to the individual. That's why there is easy, normal, and hard. Has anyone played a game on easy mode, bro? When that shit says easy, they fucking mean it. Enemies die in 1 or 2 hits. The AI is brainless. You don't even get to do the hard or exciting shit that you want to do on easy mode a lot of the time. Like in Devil May Cry, if you play on easy, you can't even do the most fun combos and shit because they die too fucking quick. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That's the entire point of having 3 choices. Go ahead.
When I was a lot younger, I used to play games on easy. Of course, like most people did, but like at a certain point, I dived into normal modes for games.
It's not substantive. It's literally not substantive enough for you. Like, you need a higher difficulty at a certain point. And those are the people that they're shutting out. People who literally play on hard or higher difficulties because everything else has become too easy for them. Fuck those people, I guess. Like, People used to think I played shit on hard looking for praise. No, motherfucker. Easy and normal don't cut the mustard no more. Like, what do you want from me, goddamn?
Easy and normal. Don't cut the mustard. That's a new one I've heard.
That's an old ass saying. But anyway.
That's the first time I heard it.
I don't even know what the fuck that cut the mustard. What? Anyway. I gotta look up
this
the
whole
lore
thing
behind
could
that.
basically be summed up as the NPC or the soy face.
God.
No, games are too hard. It didn't have
Alan,
the chat or Giga chat face respond with get good.
Mods ban the fuck out of Mr. Mushroom Tip, bro. Ban them. Every time you see them come back with anybody that says Mushroom Tip has mushroom in their name, Mushroom Kingdom.
What the fuck?
Get them the fuck out of here. Get them out. Just ban them.
What the fuck?
Please, mods, wake up, please. Get them out,
bro. Wait, has this dude been like reoccurring? This is my first time seeing him.
This is the second time he's appeared in chat. Get him the fuck out of here.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's too funny, man. Too funny.
Thank you. Ban him. That motherfucker blocked me so I can't see him. Every time he shows up, ban his goofy ass. I'm just playing.
But it's
no,
funny.
You're not. Nah, get out. Nope. Get out. Nope. We're not doing that. Nope.
Oh my god, that was...
He wasn't playing. That motherfucker wasn't playing. The last time I talked about Doom and this fucking topic, he came back on 18 different fucking accounts or some shit talking about Mushroom Tip. Get the fuck out of here, you goofy bitch.
18?
I'm probably exaggerating. Maybe 8 different accounts. But the point is, they came back on multiple accounts to try and troll the stream. Fuck that shit. Let me finish this article. I attended Games Accessibility Conference 2021 in October. Damn it, I already read that. Fuck. I was on easy, normal, and hard options, and that accessibility options directly affected the difficulty. Yeah, that's kind of the problem. As someone with cognitive disabilities who loves getting invested in game, here it comes. People swear to God this shit's not connected, bro. As someone with cognitive disabilities who loves getting invested in game narratives and not gameplay, I feel like I'm betraying the narrative when I have trouble reaching a checkpoint or winning a fight. But that's what an interactive narrative is. No, I don't want an interactive narrative. I want a video game. People swear to God, this movie game shit and this accessibility and gaming shit isn't the product of woke ideology. It absolutely fucking is. 1000%, bro. It's the same shit. There's a storyline, yes, but the reason I'm able to get lost and die in a fight is because the devs bothered to put mechanics in the game. Anyway. There's a storyline, yes, but the reason I'm able to get lost and die in a fight is because the devs have allowed that to happen. Now they are blaming the devs. They want things like that to happen. Yes, they want their game to be challenging. God forbid. I'm not betraying the devs by not playing the game perfectly. Who the fuck said you had to do that?
Betraying the dev? I don't think the dev cares.
No, they don't give a shit. There's no such thing as playing the game perfectly. You'd be surprised. There's only such a thing as having fun. It's once you stop having fun that it stops being a game. Fucking loser. So anyway, these are the type of colorful characters you're dealing with that claim to want to make gaming more accessible for the disabled. They don't give a fuck about that shit. And this article should tell you everything you need to know about them. They care about cinematic experiences and making everything easy as shit because they hate gaming, they hate gamers, and they hate everything it stands for, including its core principles. They are not gamers. They are full of shit. They are lying to you. They do not play video games. They don't buy them. They're full of fucking shit. This whole fucking website is a sham. I don't believe a word they're saying about any of this shit. But anyway, on to our surprise topic for tonight. Some of you might be aware that I've started a mini series on why people are calling Doom the Dark Ages woke, or why they're calling the accessibility sliders in it woke at the very least. By the end of that mini series, hopefully you'll have a full grasp of why people weren't simply jumping to conclusions and where all of this shit came from and why we're seeing it even now. But if that wasn't proof enough, Doom the Dark Ages ended up on caniplaythat.com, where, based on the previous article, they are extremely fucking woke, even to the point of having the alphabet flag colors on their website, as if that wasn't enough of an indicator. But anyway, after hating on Doom Eternal, as many journalists did, Doom the Dark Ages expands series accessibility through design and customization. Share on Blue Sky. A Doom for all slayers.
Blue Sky. Oh, Jesus.
Accessible combat by design. More details about Doom the Dark Ages were revealed yesterday during the Xbox Developer Direct, including some first details of its accessibility. This latest foray in the Doom franchise of id Software is a prequel to Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. Through the gameplay and combat design itself and customizable difficulty, it takes accessibility another step beyond Doom Eternal and Doom 1+2. A Doom for all slayers. Like, not even cheat codes are enough for these people. That's what's crazy. You can literally get infinite ammo, infinite power-ups. Whatever. A Doom for all slayers.
I knew how to do cheat codes on console.
For the first time in an id Software game, Doom the Dark Ages will feature detailed difficulty adjustments. This not only helps tailor the gameplay to people's experience, welcoming new players. Again, more equals good. But also has huge accessibility potential. Aside from a global choice in difficulty, there are sliders for at least 8 different modifiers. These can be adjusted up and down, making it possible to increase or decrease the challenge posed to players. This increase part, some bullshit. They're using that as another shield for what accessibility actually fucking means. You see it on Twitter already. You know you can make the game harder too, right? So you mean I can make the game unplayable to the point where a human being shouldn't even be able to complete it? All right.
It's like they want AI to play the games for them.
This is another discussion anyway, because it's lazy as fuck game design. Why should I have to tailor the difficulty myself? Like, that's literally the point of a dev making the game a certain way, because there's the such thing as an intended experience for a player, and that's another key component of gaming culture that they're trying to remove, the intended developer experience. So yeah, this id Software, they're dead. They've abolished the contract. They've abolished the social contract between developer and gamer. It's fucking gone. Developers pose a challenge, players rise to it. They're trying to erode that relationship. That's what the accessibility slider is. Essentially, balance the game yourself. Who the fuck wants that?
I thought that's what the difficulty meter was for.
It's just more options. What's the problem? Damage to player, damage to demons, enemy projectile speed, enemy aggression, parry window, days duration, game speed, resource values, whatever. Aside from damage to player, damage to demons, and enemy aggression, there's also resource values. These all can help to make the game less punishing overall for a more approachable experience. Similarly, lowering days duration can make these vulnerable moments less. You know what's crazy? You know what's really fucking crazy? Motherfuckers will sit up here and say, you can make the game harder too. It goes up too. And this entire fucking article is about how easy you can make the fucking game. How approachable we can make the experience. They're not gonna.
Yeah, they don't say anything about trying to make it harder.
They're not gonna praise any amount of making the game harder or more challenging, because that's not what the fuck this shit was ever about. It's not what it was ever about. The entire article is gonna be about how much easier you can make the game. That's it. Then there are three settings.
Would gamers like it if there were ways you could customize, like?
It depends on the game. It depends on what the game.
Make it harder.
It depends on what the game is known for. And like I said, this shit is targeted. They are specifically trying to push this shit into games that are known for being challenging. The next hard game that comes out, I guarantee they're gonna bitch about the difficulty and say you need difficulty sliders. I guarantee it. I don't think Night Rain is gonna get any good reviews from these fucking journos. I don't think it is. They already shit on the last DLC, Shadow of the Erd Tree. But anyway,
I'm honestly wondering when was there ever a time when game journalists actually
of course
did anything to contribute to gaming?
Of course there was. Game Informer, a long-standing publication that was alive for 30 years, got murdered behind this stupid shit. Game Informer.
All right,
gone.
Game Informer.
They're gone. They're not even the only fucking gaming magazine. Xbox magazine, PlayStation magazine. There were hundreds. That's an exaggeration. I said that by accident. But there are a few of them. There were plenty of games journalist publications that were of the culture, that gave a fuck about gaming. Not anymore. They are directly opposed to their customer base.
You unlocked a core. You just unlocked a core memory of mine, man. I used to have Game Informer magazines in the mail.
Old Game Informer. I still have my old Game Informer magazines, bro. That's how deep this shit is.
I wish I kept mine. Looking back on it now, I wish I kept mine.
He's back on another account, bro. Get him out of here. Get him out. Mods, get him the fuck out, bro. Please. Get him the fuck out, bro. Get him out of the chat.
Oh, damn, that was fast. Already made another account? It's only... I wouldn't have expected him until, like, the next stream.
Make another account, you goofy fuck. The fuck out of my chat with that stupid shit.
I can see why he's annoying you.
He's just here to... No, I know why he's here. He's here to derail the stream. I was on a roll, and I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. It's gone.
Game Informer.
Oh, yeah, I still have my old Game Informer. Yeah, okay, I still have my old Game Informer magazines. There were plenty... Oh, yeah, I finished my sentence anyway. There were plenty of journalists who gave a fuck about gaming as a whole. Not anymore. They're directly opposed to their customer base, like I said before. Anyway. Then there are 3 settings that can be a huge help for players who simply need more time to react. They shouldn't have put that second too. Then there are 3 settings that can be a huge help for players who simply need more time to react in game events. Lowering enemy projectile speed and increasing the parry window both give players more time to react to incoming attacks. A game speed slider takes this further, excuse me. A game speed slider takes this further and lets players slow down or speed up. See how they keep having to put this shit in parentheses? We know that you don't give a fuck about speeding the game up. You can drop the act. You don't give a shit about speeding the game up. You don't give a shit about increasing the amount of damage an enemy does. You do not give a fuck about that. You don't care. The game as they see fit. It's bullshit. Accessible combat design. A signature new tool in the Slayer's arsenal is the shield saw. Not only does this serve multiple functions, it does so with only a single input. So one input can do multiple different things. Let's see how ridiculous that gets. When the game comes out. Let's see how ridiculous that gets. We'll see. Depending on the context.
Wait, are they actually doing that? Are they actually doing that?
Yeah, the shield saw. The shield saw is a mechanic in the game.
No, I mean like
what?
I mean like the one button for 3 things. They're actually doing that?
What'd you say?
Huh?
Like, I mean, what do you mean? What are you asking?
I said like one button to do 3 different actions, like in the middle of combat. Is that what that means? Like press triangle to block and press triangle to cut to buzzsaw, press triangle to.
Yeah, I think that's what they mean. My bad. I was confused about what you were asking. Yeah, that one button does multiple different things. So throwing the shield, pairing with the shield.
Oh.
Yeah, all of that.
That's gonna suck.
Like the shield performs multiple.
It's a mess.
Functions. And then Rudy asks, "How the fuck
that's a
can they
mess
look
waiting
at,
to happen?
How the fuck can they look at easy mode in 90% of video games and think that should be easier?" I don't know. I literally explained earlier, like, easy mode was literally made for small children. Not an exaggeration. A lot of games would even depict small children, baby paraphernalia, or literal crying babies next to the difficulty setting for easy. I'm not bullshitting. But anyway.
And don't tell me Doom is cooked.
Hang on. I fucking lost my place. Let me just start from the top. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're
accessible combat by design. A signature new tool in the Slayer's arsenal is the shield saw. Not only does this serve multiple functions, it does so with only a single input. Depending on the context, this single button press, it's a context dependent. Ah, shit. That shit is a cutscene. It's a glorified TV remote cutscene shit. God damn it. Depending on the context, this single button press lets you block, parry, or deflect attacks, or throw it Captain America style. Okay, that doesn't sound that bad, actually. No, that doesn't sound that bad.
Under one button?
Nah.
Under one button though? That's
no,
confusing.
I can see how it could work. You could hold the button to block, you could double tap it to parry. Deflecting attacks and parry is the same thing. I don't know why they counted it as 2 actions. You could hold the button to block, double tap to parry, and do the button plus some other shit to throw it. I see it. I get the purpose. Even though
okay, so Doom is not cooked.
I mean, I don't think this mechanic is indicative of it being cooked. Not by itself, at least. But if you look at the other things, like a more tanky gameplay means players can rely less on quick movements with a lot of jumping. Which, by the way, during the direct when they showcased the game, they said, in Doom Eternal you are a fighter jet. In Doom the Dark Ages you're a tank. Strong. Fuck, what was the 3 words he used? Tanky, strong, but still fast. That's what he said. And that shit is contradictory. And right here in this in this article, they said it's slower pace and players can rely on less quick movements and they can rely
Yeah,
less on jumping too. So that shit's contradictory. Like literally, we're coming off the
yeah.
back
I
of
don't
Doom
like. I
Eternal.
don't.
People liked Doom Eternal's playstyle and what it was setting up, and now they're pulling a 180, and now you can hide behind the shield and be slower and probably eat more damage and shit like that. I don't know how the fuck that's gonna play
Yeah,
out. That doesn't sound like something I want from a Doom experience. Not gonna lie, that doesn't even sound like something the old games would do. Honestly,
yeah.
you
I was
weren't
gonna
able to
say.
block. You weren't able to block in the old games.
Yeah, I was gonna say like this. This does not inspire confidence because I was briefly I was playing Doom Eternal and I loved it because I could go fast. Spider-Man and I love to web zip. I like to go fast. I play Sonic a lot and I like going fast. I gotta go fast, man. Yeah, why do we gotta slow me down?
I mean,
I
having
play
to go
Devil May Cry and
fast.
I love going Trickster
I mean,
because I get to
having
speed around a bit.
yeah, but a lot of people didn't like Eternal's playstyle because they felt like it was a puzzle game with guns because you had to switch to certain guns to deal with certain enemies. I didn't mind that aspect of the play. I think it added layers to the combat system, but I guess fit
I didn't
square
really.
peg and square hole. I guess people felt like that shit was lame or whatever. I just think that's some contrarian shit, and they need to get good. Personally, um, I
I'm neutral towards that. I didn't mind it.
me either.
With or without it, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, like I get it because in older Doom games you didn't have to switch to certain guns to deal with certain enemies, like how you have to switch to the plasma cannon to destroy light shields or whatever they're called in Doom Eternal. I get it, but I'm not mad at that because they were clearly trying something different with the combat system and they were trying to actively enhance the player experience and not take away from it. Like you can not like something and still see the value in it. The people that I've seen that don't like that shit don't see any redeeming qualities with them trying to enrich the combat system in that way, and I just don't agree. I see the appeal of both ways. Just being able to shoot any demon with any gun and having to use certain weaknesses of the enemies. But anyway, that was a fucking tangent that I didn't need to go on. Okay. God damn it, I keep losing my place. Stand and fight is the new meta for the Dark Ages. This comes with 3 melee weapons that, like the shield, only rely on a single input. And of course, there are still guns to fight off Hell's hordes from a distance. This approach to the gameplay makes Doom the Dark Ages much more accessible by design. How is a melee weapon more accessible than a gun? Whatever.
What?
Having 3 melee weapons that all have 3 different functions between one button make the game accessible for some reason, even though with a gun I only have to make one button press, and that's the fucking trigger. Maybe a second button for switching between 2 different modes or whatever, alternate fire modes or whatever, but how the fuck is the melee weapon more accessible than a gun?
Like, yeah, this don't make sense to me. I mean, there was never really an issue with access to the guns or the melee weapon. I mean, I'm talking about Doom Eternal, where it just had the chainsaw and the power punching.
Yeah, blood punch. I don't know what the
The
fuck they're
little
trying to say.
like
I don't know how to melee
got to the
weapons
part
make
with the
shit
sword.
more accessible. Maybe we'll figure it out when the game drops. This comment doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Minimizing the need for fast movement and limiting inputs is helpful for many players, especially those with limited mobility. We have a bit of time until the release on. Go ahead. I don't know what that means, bro. I have no idea. I don't know.
I was gonna say, how does that make any sense? If anything, if being able to get faster is probably more beneficial for new players because, hey, maybe they're the type that likes to retreat.
I mean,
and fire.
You still have to know how to use
Blitz
the
through
movement
enemies.
system. You still have to learn how to be efficient with the movement system in Doom Eternal. The air dash, the double jump, all of that shit. You still needed to be good at platforming,
Yeah, I know.
which was another layer that was added to the game.
Yeah,
Motherfuckers
you have to be
don't
good
like
at that.
layers. People don't like layers. They don't like being good or getting good at something. They want shit handed to them. That's why there's probably no jump button in the next Doom game. Probably don't exist.
I know jump button.
Probably. I don't know
Some
for
bullshit.
sure. I don't know for sure. People think it's ridiculous to expect the next game to carry on mechanics from the previous game because there was no jumping in the old Doom games. Okay, well, motherfucker, that was the old Doom games, and we just came off the back of 2 new Doom games, that being 2016 and Doom Eternal. What do you mean? Why is it ridiculous that I would expect jumping to be in the next game if it was in the last one? Like, jumping is a core mechanic. What the fuck? Whatever. We have a bit of time until the release on May 15th this year, and expect to see more details of Doom, The Dark Ages before then. Perhaps with an accessibility guide like Bethesda did for Doom plus Doom 2. We will keep an eye out for that, and I will be covering it as more news drops. So there you go, people. Things are not looking too good for the future of Doom, The Dark Ages. My mouse just died. Give me a second.
Fucking sad, man. I like Doom.
Yeah, nah.
I need to replay Doom.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for this game, to be honest. But y'all are gonna hear it here first. I might be streaming this game just to see how deep it goes, and y'all get to see me play it whenever it drops. And I will most likely be doing a Dread Quest episode on it. So,
man,
it's gonna be one day. So for the weekends, it's probably gonna be one day of me playing the Dread Quest game, and then another day of me playing Street Fighter. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. But that's our final topic for tonight, and we're about to clock in at almost 3 hours. It's 2 hours 57 minutes. Thanks for staying the whole time, Soups. I didn't think you'd be able to stay the whole time, but appreciate it.
It's a rarity for me, but yeah, I'm glad I could stay all the way this time around.
Cool. All right. It doesn't look like the chat has anything else to ask about or say, so this has been.
Just see Rudy says, I love the passive aggressive stuff, like I'm too young to die.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like the custom names for difficulty options too. They did that in Duke Nukem too. They did it in Halo. They do it in a lot of games. I like stuff like that. But
I think Devil May Cry has them too, right? The Dante must die.
Yeah, they do. It's dope. Heaven and Hell, Hell and Hell. Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, it's so fun, man.
Keep an eye out for part 5 of my Doom the Woke Ages series that I'm covering. If you were here tonight, you basically saw that part anyway, but it's going to be more distilled, and that's going to complete the 5 video series for this game, leading up to its actual release. But anyway, this has been your latest episode of the Monkey Paw. I'm your gracious host, Kaine Walker. He is Soups. We are signing off, and we will see you all again next time. Peace.
Peace out, guys.